TV.
Man, that's why I don't trust the niggas that go around using big words all the time and trying to talk over. You know what the fuck you talking about? You know what you talking about?
Yeah.
Or you really ain't talking about shit, so you trying to sound like
sound smart. That's crazy.
Like a lot of niggas know they ain't talking about shit, so they go ahead and use these 4-syllable words, these Michael Eric Dyson shit. The proclivity of the black male's struggle.
The secret proclivity of processes.
Proclivity.
They're steps. That's what processes mean. They're steps.
I don't trust any nigga that use the word proclivity. Use the word proclivity, I don't trust it.
Proclivity.
You can't skip the steps, okay? Period.
I don't trust nobody like that.
Already?
Oh yeah, we back.
We in or we good?
Yeah.
We okay.
Oh, yeah.
And we got.
Yo, what's up, man? Polly and buddies.
Kraig Factors.
Kraig Facts in the house. Hey. Welcome to Kraig Facts on 1580 KBLA Talk Radio. God. Start off with some Roman facts, man. Blaze got me on this Pompeii thing. I don't know why history gets my brain going so much.
Yeah.
I can talk history literally all day, and I know some stuff that'll probably surprise y'all about history. It's probably my second favorite topic.
What's first?
I think science. Science really gets me, like the functionality of the body and why an animal has a certain behavior pattern and why, somebody who twitches, why they like that shit. That really is something that interests me a lot.
So you like Chris Jackson?
Chris Jackson's amazing. You ever hear his mom talk about him?
Nah.
Well, they say the reason he shot so well is because he had Tourette's. His mother said that he would be in the backyard sometimes 13 hours, 14 hours, and wouldn't leave the backyard until he shot his jumper perfect for a certain amount of time in a row. And that twitch, that Tourette's he had, is the reason why he had that, had it so bad. It was the reason why his jumper was so good, because his brain couldn't function. He couldn't do anything else in life unless his jumper was perfect.
He used to kill the Lakers back in the day. I hate it when we played against
Remember he put 55, that double nickel on Jordan and Pippen?
Yeah.
Yo, so have you always been into that? Or like, did you develop that after school, science and history?
I was always into history.
Like when you was in school, was you into both of those? Did like develop as you got out of high school? As you get older,
science as I got out of high school, but I always liked history. But I moved around so much growing up, my parents would always break up and get back together, so I never really got a chance to really get in the pocket school-wise until like I got to high school, you know what I'm saying? But all through elementary school, I went to 5-6 different elementaries, bro. I lived in Detroit, I lived in Cali. I moved a bunch growing up, so I never really got a chance to lock in school-wise until I got grown. Yeah. But on some Roman facts, did you know wealthy Romans would have extravagant parties and decadent banquets that lasted for hours? And in order to keep eating, they would induce vomiting.
Oh. Back onto the plate?
They would vomit. They would eat the food, have a good time, and to make room for more food, they would go vomit and come back and eat some more.
What was they eting?
I mean, pretty sure.
Very shit.
Right.
Curses, man, we on KBLA. Yeah. I just opened up with KBLA.
He was thinking of something to say. You interrupted his thoughts with that KBLA nonsense, man.
That's the first thing he said.
Women dyed their hair a lot in ancient Rome. Did you know that? The most popular colors were red and blonde. They would dye their colors using the ingredients like goat fat, beechwood ashes, henna, saffron, and bleach.
Wow.
I always thought that was some hood rat stuff to do. The
hood rat been going on for a long time now.
Hood rats back there?
Because it used to be the men dyeing their hair back then, right?
That was women and men, I think.
Yeah.
They didn't use soap in
presidents.
Rome. They did not use soap, man. But what they would do is bathe, and they would use perfumes, oils, and do a skin scrape with a tool called a strigil.
Oh, that sounds painful.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a strigil or a strigil, a skin scrape.
Wow.
Yeah, that's wild.
Neither one of those sound good.
Yeah.
Not everybody wore togas in Rome. Did you know that?
Okay.
Only freeborn Roman men were allowed to wear togas. while Roman women wore stolas, which is like a onesie dress, like a sundress, but like covers everything up. Yeah. Urine, because it contains ammonia, was used to clean clothes. The urine was collected by full ones. The ancient Roman version of a dirty version of a dry cleaners from around the city.
He was hustling.
I promise I know some dudes that still wash their clothes in urine, bro.
I'm just being eccentric. Bro.
It's been eccentric.
This is organic ammonia.
Right.
In the 1st century BC, the poet Gaius Valerius Catullus addressed two of his critics, another poet, Furius, and Senator Aurelius, in a poem considered so vulgar and obscene that it was not translated outside the Latin language until the 20th century. So they had beefs.
Wow.
They had poetry beefs.
He wrote a diss poem? A diss poem?
That was the
A diss poem. Hit Blaze with a diss poem.
Roses are red, violets are blue. Blaze went down to the beach and got some blue blockers too.
From the dude that looked like George Foreman. What was his name?
The rapper. He had bars too.
He was still around at Venice probably like about 10 years ago. I seen him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Did he have on blue blockers?
Or he gave up.
Nah, he didn't.
He had something else.
He said he made $100,000 off that. Tried to sue him for more because they made $100 million off that commercial.
Wow.
Do you know what a phalluses is? These were considered good luck charms. They were worn as charms on necklaces, or hung in doorways, or as wind chimes, as a way of warding off evil spirits.
So you said phallus?
Yes.
So they had dingus wind chime?
They had penis-shaped phalluses, and penis jewelry was thought to ward off evil spirits.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, no.
Earrings, necklaces.
If you wore a dingus today, you ward in the wrong spirits. Like you couldn't do that.
How do you come to that conclusion? Because I mean, by that logic, nothing bad should happen to a man. Because we got the real thing.
We got it real with us.
We're talking about jewelry, so we know it was women creating this jewelry, and they was exploiting us, bro.
Right. Women have been exploiting us for centuries.
Objectifying.
You been hearing loud noises in your house? You ain't got a man. Girl, get a man. Get some penis around the house, and things will be peaceful. Here, take this necklace until you get one.
And what kind of spirits was coming around if it wasn't no penis there?
Probably a lesbian spirit. A dingus to run off. A real dingus?
Stronger women coming in here. Wow.
Dingus is hilarious, man. Yeah, that's kind of, Emperor Claudius III and his wife Valerie Marcellina. His wife Valerie Marcellina was a nymphomaniac. According to ancient historians, she once competed with a prostitute to see who could have sex with the most men in one night.
Now it's only white.
And that was Emperor Claudius's third wife.
Wow. Dang, so
why are we not talking about the pimp of the prostitute? Because he is a star here, man. Can you imagine how much money he made?
Man,
wow.
How do you talk
to compete with her?
Yeah. How do you talk to Emperor's wife into that? You know how much guts you gotta have in game to talk the person who can get you killed, wife, into sleeping with a bunch of dudes in one night.
What if she come to you with it?
Right.
You know, if she come to you, do you think would you go through with it knowing that he can do that if he changed his mind? Will you say yeah? Because if you do, you be like, hey, you can walk around Rome the rest of your days with them Jesus sandals on and your toga saying, I hit it first, you know, or I hit it last. You say I hit the Emperor's wife, man. Come on.
Yeah.
How difficult you think it'll be to convince somebody to do that now?
Not too hard.
Compete.
I think back
To
then
compete,
it was really
to
no.
see how-
Back then, you know, it was very classist. So the more money you had, the more status you had. You can get away with more. I mean, you can get away with a
That's now,
lot
right?
now, but I mean, back then, murder was nothing. If you were rich, especially if it was somebody that was like a
Off
peasant
with
class.
their head.
Yeah, I mean, kill this dude, man.
Is murder not nothing now?
But I mean, they were hanging people on crosses, and everybody would watch back then.
Yeah.
Imagine hitting his wife and you come too quick. Oh man, off with thy head.
Yeah.
You out here playing.
You dare not please my wife.
Not really, that's one. She can get right to the next person.
How many dudes was it, you think, back then? In them times, like, it's like 6 was probably like, oh my gosh, challenge.
Right.
That probably ain't nothing. I'm thinking they probably did more.
They probably cut the dude head off that took the longest. If it was a competition. You know what I mean?
He fake it. He fake it. That was the best I ever had, man.
They didn't have TV. They didn't have Twitter. So they had all day to get up in that knapsack. It's probably a lot.
You think sex was better back then?
Yeah, what else you doing? They used to have like 1,000. They used to have like 15 kids.
Yeah, but it was I think it was out of necessity more than, you know. You imagine the different smells that you encountered back then.
Off the latchular thing.
Right. This is before they had what is it, sunburst. It's no summer's eve back then. You know what I'm saying?
They had money in Rome though. There's a lot of money back then.
They didn't have soap.
You think they was pulling out?
No, that probably wasn't a thing.
Not at all.
You think
Get your head chopped off out there, pull it out.
You think they was keeping their sandals on, or they was when they was smashing?
They had them sandals.
There's no reason to take off sandals. Why? You getting air to your feet? Give me a good reason to take some sandals off.
Right.
Only when you get in the bed.
And you keep your robe on.
Yeah, they wasn't taking the robe off either. The toe got there.
Get right back to it.
A robe ain't nothing but a penis curtain.
Coming to the stage.
You open it up, your Johnson is like this.
Now introducing Peter.
Tag me in.
Peter the vagina eater.
That is funny.
Crazy.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think sex was trivial back then. I don't think it was something that they really cared about.
I mean, they cared about it, but in the sense of it was natural things. In Rome, they treated it, they regarded it as a regular bodily function, as a burp, as a fart. You have sex, you jerk off. You know what I'm saying? It was regular stuff to them.
The same way that's how they still think in Italy.
Yeah.
Like the United States is the most sexually repressed country in the world.
Right.
I mean, most of the rest of the world look at sex like they be laughing at us. Like when Bill Clinton got impeaced for hitting Monica Lewinsky, the rest of the world was like clowning, like y'all about to get rid of a world leader over some that.
Right.
The rest of the world looking like, what y'all doing?
We should have been wondering who dropped the ball. Who didn't take care of the president? You know what I'm saying?
You should be looking at Hillary.
Right.
What are you doing, woman?
Yeah, who forgot to let him stop by that room before he got to the stage? You know what I mean?
Sex was trash back then.
Yeah.
You think so?
Sex was trash. Have you seen like a porno from the 70s?
Not from Roman times.
No, I'm just saying, like the 70s one versus
The 70s
the newer
versus
ones?
Rome,
I'm saying
you comparing 40 years ago to 2000.
No, I'm comparing a 70s porno to a 2020 porno.
Yeah, but
It's way better now than
That's
it
the
is.
point. That's production. That mean the sex is better.
Turn your phones off. They said it's buffering like crazy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
terrible though.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
But it was probably a good time. You know, back then, whoever was participating, they was having the most fun they could have. It's boring to us now. Now we look at it and say, "Oh man, that's all you did."
Yeah.
That's back when all them tantra books was written.
Kama Sutras and all
Before
that.
that, they were closer to Kama Sutra days than we are now. So, hey, you know,
Well, they probably laughing at us.
yeah, they got that knowledge from us. Fresh.
That's all
Yeah.
he did. He turned her upside down. That's it.
Anything goes back then.
They
Probably.
were probably smashing through
everybody-
walls.
But there was no porno, so it probably was like a live porno play.
Yeah, probably
yeah.
was.
You think you could have sex in front of a group of people? Like they pull a bed out on stage and there's 500 people watching you smash. You think you could perform?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Really?
getting out there. I mean,
Probably.
am I gonna perform great?
It's a live
I don't
porno.
know.
Like you gotta put it down.
I'm out there.
Once you in the
see
You
what
gotta do
happens.
40. Hey, you gotta open it, but you're the headliner.
Oh, man.
You gotta do 45 minutes of smashing in front
Oh, man.
of 500
A
people.
lot of talking, a lot of rubbing.
Once you in the game, you in the game.
You know they had to have live porn. There wasn't no.
Can you imagine
They throwing tomatoes at the
the
dude.
post-sex interview? So Todd, you know, we expected 45. We got 17. You want to talk to us about that? Well, you know, I did the best I could. I was out there, not far enough. But I'll be
Not
back.
far enough.
Yeah.
I'll be back next year.
I'll be back on my home mattress. You know, y'all got me out here on this.
This is a weight mattress.
This is a weight mattress.
They don't like
Ref
it.
was cheating, man. Ref was cheating.
Imagine everybody pay to see you smash this chick in the porn play, and you can't get up.
That's what they do. They throw tomatoes at the.
You gotta start doing other stuff.
You know what I mean? What happens?
For my next trick.
This is a part of the show, ladies
Do
and
you
gentlemen.
blame the woman? What do you do in that situation? Hey,
Back
man,
then,
it's
women
her
didn't have no rights. Yeah, it's her fault.
Yeah, he
Put
just
her in the head chop off.
The gods are not on her side.
This ain't even my type. Go give me.
the gods do not favor you.
The gods.
Just throw the life.
Women had no rights in Rome. You know what I mean?
Ooh, they came a long way.
Gladiator blood was recommended by Roman physicians to aid various ailments, including epilepsy and infertility.
So they were thinking gladiator blood, like blood of a dead gladiator,
It's 300.
to stop from getting the seizures.
I know what your problem is. You're a weenie. We're going to get you some blood from Kraig and straighten you right out. We get you some real man blood. You'll be all right.
Nano transfusions.
Hey, that'd be crazy. Can you give heart? What if you can give heart transfusions now? The niggas that ain't got heart.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what the problem is. You's a sucker. Come here. We got something over here.
Right.
For you. He's a weenie. That's all. You need a new heart.
Yeah, that's wild. Left-handed people were considered unlucky. You're left-handed, right?
I'm left-handed. We're very lucky.
Unlucky.
Yeah, that's what they said.
What are some of the struggles of being left-handed?
Man, bad handwriting. You a kid growing up in school, they don't have no left hand desk, so you writing like this and spiral notebooks and everything. You over here trying to write around a spiral. Man, they need left-handed rights. If the LGBTQ people can get rights, we left-handers have been discriminated against too. All those right-sided doorknobs. You know what I mean?
Right.
You got. I was gun shopping. I wanted a pistol with a left hand. You either get a right-handed grip or a neutral grip. They ain't got no left-hand grip guns.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't trying to be funny, bro. But what about when you eat? Like when you eat, you know, like I'm saying, Ty right-handed, you left-handed. If y'all sit next to each other, y'all.
That's what we doing. I always try to tell the left. I always try to tell the left side of the table every time we go somewhere to eat. I'm already conscious of that. Like you gonna be. So I'm already gonna go to the left side of the table.
You people.
Right-handed people.
If the one was white, he'd be in the KKK for sure.
Everything.
Yeah, he'd be for sure.
Yeah.
Why would I be in the KKK?
He'd be
We'd
a
be in
cross-burning Caucasian if he was white.
Why would I be in the KKK?
Because you would go hard for white people, how you go for black people right now?
I'm going for left-hand people right now.
Oh, okay, you're going for left
We
Actually,
left-hand people.
you
we've
people
been-
are the right-handed.
We've been marginalized
Yeah.
as a people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When they start giving y'all rights, I'm going to identify as a lefty too. Identify as a lefty.
Nice rights.
Somebody.
Like, even the Black Power said, why gotta be a right fist? Why can't he be a left fist? Why you gotta spur the Bible with your right hand?
The handshake.
Right.
If you hit
Right hand handshake, yeah, all that.
Wow.
Nah, y'all discriminate against us.
That's crazy. So did you have to learn how to do a right hand handshake?
I can do
Or
everything right-handed. I can do left-handed for the most part.
Not
But,
shoot.
Not shoot from distance. Layups, dribble, layups, get into the basket.
Yeah.
When I play basketball, I'd always drive right so I can finish left.
I had to learn that too.
I watched a story on YouTube the other day about this lady who was born in 1888, which means, and she was from Massachusetts, and she came up during Puritan times. Did I send you that? I didn't send nobody that. So this lady was telling a story about somebody she grew up with, and basically in a little town that she grew up in, it was next to a town that I went to about about 4 years ago, called Lowell, Massachusetts, right? And that was the first town in Massachusetts to build a factory that they allowed women to work in. So this girl that she grew up with left her family at 14, went to work at the factory. You know what I mean? Which was like a progressive thing. Like, oh, she has a job. Women didn't, in Puritan Massachusetts, women didn't work, they didn't laugh, they didn't dance, they didn't talk back to their dude, they had no rights. So her getting a job was a big thing. So she starts working at this factory, her supervisor takes a liking to her, marries her. At 14, he's a grown-ass man, almost 40. Has a baby with her.
Whoa.
Right? After they had a baby, he decided he don't like her no more. So she couldn't afford to take care of the baby, so she sold her baby to an older couple used the money that she got from selling her baby and moved back to her hometown and never told anybody that she had a baby. You feel what I'm saying? She gets back home and about 20 years goes by, and she's so hurt by what happened from her baby, she never has another boyfriend. Right? For 20 years, she never dates nobody. Her family thinks something wrong with her because when she gets to be about 21, back then 21 was like being old.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna want to bed this wench. She's 21. Her family trying to marry her off. She don't want nobody.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? She just tends to her garden and chills out. So this young man moves to town 20 years later. She develops a liking to this dude. They get married. They buy a little farm. They living happily ever after. Right? His family comes to town to visit. When they come to town, they're like, "Oh, y'all can't be together. This is your son."
Wow.
So she ended up marrying her son.
That's crazy.
That's nasty.
She ended up marrying her son, and she becomes an outcast. And she has to live on the outskirts of town. Her family never talks to her again, and pretty much her life, what I'm saying, she lives the rest of her life lonely and by herself.
Yo,
That's kind of crazy.
You know what's nasty about that?
Yeah.
Up until you get married, you doing a lot of stuff to try to get this woman to marry you.
To woo her.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of things. A lot of tricks are being performed.
Right.
You get them all on your mom.
Yo, but the thing that trips me out about that is the connection that probably brought them together was actually their gene. You know what I'm saying? The genetics. That's what brought it. That's what made me like you. Is because we the same.
Right.
And they just thought they had it in common. Probably. That's
They
crazy.
thought it was love.
Yeah, love at first sight. That's crazy.
What do you think the chances are that you've had sex with somebody you were related to and didn't know?
Or didn't? No, I'm saying.
You feel what I'm saying? Because once we get past like second and third cousins, we really don't be. You know what I'm saying?
My family.
It's highly possible.
Do second and third cousins? That's still family though, right?
It's family. But what I'm saying is, as far as your knowledge of them being related to you, like really knowing, oh, that's my cousin Jean. My grandfather and her grandfather is brothers, or that's really like the extent that we go.
Yeah.
And last names change fast.
Right.
Oh,
And then you look back in the day, like back in the Jim Crow days, it was very popular. Like if something happened, and they had to do put in some work against some white folks, they moved to a new town and changed their name.
Yeah.
So it's during a great migration, everyone moved to like Chicago, LA. So it's very possible that someone who had to leave town for something that happened 10 years ago, y'all both moved to Chicago and y'all cousins.
How many times have you met somebody and along the way you find out like a year later, oh, this is my cousin?
That happened.
I think that's happened to everybody.
That happened to me. I was the cat I used to hoop with. We used to hoop all the time. Outside my family, I never knew existed because my mom died when she was only a month old, so I never knew any of them. And then we finally got in contact with them, and I'm like, yo, I almost socked this fool one time. This is somebody I used to hoop with.
Yeah.
And it was like a for real cousin. It was like second cousin, like real close.
But wasn't that a thing? Ain't that like eugenics or something like that, where they breed each family members to kind of keep it in the? Ain't that something like
eugenics is selective breeding. And the idea is that you only breed with people who are up to par stock-wise. They have to be a certain level of intelligence, a certain height, a certain race, a certain color.
Like LeBron and Venus Williams. That's what people try to do that. That's what it is.
Like Yao Ming is the product of eugenics.
So there's nothing.
Yeah, the Chinese government made his mother, who was the tallest woman on the U.S. The Chinese Olympic basketball team, marry the tallest male basketball player. So that was planned by the Chinese government for sure. Yeah,
I think it's highly likely you've had sex with somebody that's in your family. All of the slaves that were sold and them families being broken up and all that stuff. Like, I think it's highly likely that you ran across somebody that's in your family.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So say you find out you're smashing like a fifth cousin. And it's fire.
And you know it's your fifth cousin.
After you've been smashing a little while, and then you find out, like, do you continue?
Yeah, I get a couple more.
Nah.
I mean, come on now. Oh, you wasn't saying that when you was smacking it. Anybody trying to jump up now, like, oh man, that'd be already out there.
Found out now she had the picnics and all that kind of stuff, bro. Oh no.
And you was out there,
Nah.
crazy, bareback attack.
Bareback
Can't do it. Once you find out, it's a wrap, bro. Because now, I don't know,
I
man.
hear you.
It sound good.
As people say, but oftentimes people don't. That stuff is fairly common. You know,
But I mean, you already-
people want to admit.
You already crossed the line, so I don't know. That's what you're saying.
Fifth cousin? Come on, son. What is that?
That's
it
a
right?
foreigner.
So
No,
fifth
I
cousin.
mean-
So
even if
fifth
you
cousin
know.
would be okay. So second cousin is your first cousin has a baby. Their baby is your second cousin.
Right.
So if their baby has a baby,
Or and more so, if y'all got the same great grandfather, but then they had one kid, y'all parents, their parents was brothers, but then it was two more another generation, then like another generation. So I think it's maybe like 3 grandparents back or something like that.
I ain't got to do no counting, man. As soon as you realize it's family, we're done here.
That's what that says.
It messed with me in my head, man. I can't.
I'm thinking of kids that look like this.
Right. That's the number one thing that'll scare me. It's
From
you
a
know,
fifth cousin?
What if they married into the
if
family?
if you've been eating this bowl from a restaurant that you like all the time, and somebody told you, that's made from doo-doo, huh? Yeah, they take doo-doo feces and they sprinkle sugar and they swirl.
but you don't find out till after you like it.
Right.
That's probably what makes it spicy. I don't know.
Right.
Keep
Right.
going.
But do you keep eating? Do you keep ordering that?
Yeah. It's been, that was my favorite meal. That was one of the best meals I ever had in my life.
I'm talking to the wrong person.
It's fifth cousin, man. I've been looking on the family tree. I can't find it. Girl, get back in the bed.
What if they married into the family?
Married into the family?
What if they married into the family?
That's not family. I mean, it's family.
There you
but
go. There you go. Get back in this bed.
But that's
girl.
not genetic. I just talked to my third cousin. Get back in this bed.
Or adopted.
I must defile.
Well, they're adopted but raised like they're a family.
I must defile this
That's
one.
adopted, but raised like her? That's not family.
That's
Yeah,
not
like
true.
it,
That's not
That's
family. You
not
talking about
true.
fifth adopted cousins?
Like, let's say your
Out there.
third adopted cousin.
Some family members' blood can't make you tighter, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you could be growing, like you said, adopted. You grew up with your brother the whole time, and then you grew up with your sister the whole time, and then you realize, hey, we messing around. You gonna smash your sister?
No, that's a sister. We talking
But
about
that's
a fifth,
adopted.
We talking about an adopted fifth cousin.
No,
Like,
we not
man,
saying. We didn't say.
You know
Did you
I'm
say
real.
fifth
But you
cousin?
think legally,
You say
the
fifth
distance required before someone is no longer considered related to you depends on how and why you look at it, right? But legally, you may no longer be considered kin to someone if they're your second cousin. Genetically, it may take about 4 to 5 generations to virtually eliminate shared DNA.
So fifth cousin.
There you go.
I'm still mentally, I'm out.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Child's out there with it.
Yeah,
He's out there.
You out on the fifth cousin until she's sitting in your lap.
Right.
If she's sitting
He
her
said it's
in your
fire.
lap and something happens,
It's fine.
it's over with, Duane.
He said it was fire. We're not talking about no trash.
talking
out
about
there.
regular-
Trash. She's back walking from trash.
I'm talking about she lets you. I'm talking about she lets you lay on top of her and everything.
Yeah. No fear. Fearless.
And when y'all done, she gonna rock your the dog shirt she got on.
That's kind of
Yeah.
fall in love right there.
You like soccer too? Wow, this is incredible. Hey, when you really like somebody, all the small stuff really impresses you.
All the small
You like
things.
traits?
Oh, that's crazy. You be patient too when you really like you.
Oh, yeah.
Why can't I be as patient with the women that I don't like as I am with the women I do like?
Yeah.
You like them, you do kind of
Yeah.
speed up a little.
All their jokes is funny. And all that. Oh, you like Seinfeld too? I watch that sometimes. I see that.
Laughing like show with your mouth all the way open. Yeah. Like, it ain't even funny.
So fifth generation would be you got the same great grandparents.
I don't even know who that is, girl. Get back in there.
Get back in this bed. Put that
You
roll
got the
back
same
on.
great
take it back
grandparents.
off. Yeah, that's funny.
Get back in this bed.
What you got for us, Ty?
Oh man, I got some Laker news, man. Laker news. AD was bragging about not shooting the basketball since April. Well, all of this new direction and this new energy that the Lakers are trying to have, talking about defense and being dogs on defense, AD is like, I ain't shot a basketball since April
Why is this news?
because he don't seem like he's all the way in.
Every summer, Shaq used to always say he wouldn't pick up a ball until about September. Lakers, that would happen like every year. No one would trip.
Hold on, one more thing before we go into that topic. There's a shared DNA tree where you can see the percentage of each generation like how they're related to you, like the percentage of you that they are.
Okay.
Y'all want to hear that?
Yeah.
Just real quick. So the shared DNA. Identical twins are obviously the highest. They're 100% shared DNA. Parent to child is 50%. Sibling is 50%. Grandparent to grandchild is 25%. Great grandparent and first cousin are 12.5% of you. First cousin once removed is 6.25%. Second cousin is 3.13%. Second cousin once removed is 1.5%. Third cousin is 0.78. Fourth cousin is 0.20, and fifth cousin is 0.05.
0.05. For a condom, you all good. Go share DNA.
Wow.
All right, Ty, go drop that nickel, bro. Go ahead, drop that nickel, bro. Drop that nickel.
You got 5 on it.
Ty be at the family reunion hunting like a mother.
All up in the electric slide.
Writing names in the inside of that
Ain't
bandana.
no after party to the family
Come on, get her.
What?
Ain't no after party. You be trying to throw the after party. No, that's wild, man. Okay, so you said Anthony Davis.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, he doesn't seem like he's all the way bought in. Another thing that he said is that this is the same thing that I've been doing, you know what I'm saying, for years. And his three-point percentage has gone down year after year. His shot percentage has gone down year after year. He's not durable. They're saying he's not taking his body serious, so he needs to change it up. He doesn't need to be talking about, I haven't shot a ball since April. Shaq ain't shot since September, but Shaq was available. Shaq was out there.
Well, Shaq, that was part of the reason why they stopped winning championships, because Shaq wouldn't take care of himself in between the off season. But when it comes to AD, no, these athletes got 82 games a year, man. They got to recover. It's best that your body needs time to recuperate. And you said what? They need to improve on defense, right?
Yeah.
What does he need most to improve on defense? He needs his body in shape. That means he needs to spend his time getting his legs strong. And if you really working on your legs, you don't need to work on shooting the ball until maybe about a month or two out from training camp. You know what I mean? Right? But what's more important is that he works on his body to minimize injury. So, but it's typical that athletes don't shoot until July. That's typical.
I don't know if I agree with that, bro. Would y'all say AD is top 10 in the league right now?
Not now. 2 years ago.
At full health?
Yeah.
I don't know how you could be top 10 in the league at full health and not touch the ball for a couple months. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't played in a while, but you still be seeing us out there without a ball. You know what I mean? How can you be in the league getting paid to do this and you ain't? I mean, we see people shoot from the seats. You know what I mean?
Like NBA players off season, not including basketball,
Right.
It's about 6 hours of work a day.
Okay.
You're talking about like plyometrics. You're talking about strength and conditioning. You're talking about like footwork type drills. Most athletes spend about 6 hours a day working out without a basketball. So that's what he's doing. He's doing all of those other things it takes in order because your jump shot is no good if your legs are weak.
Right.
The jump shot comes from the legs. Period.
Right.
Your defense is no good if you don't have core balance. So if you don't have core balance, you're now risking more injury. So usually the offseason starts off with working on core balance and leg strength and things like that. So when you do pick up a ball, your body's in alignment. And they have in NBA players, they have all the facilities have this thing that you stand on, and that it'll tell you which individual muscle is weak and how to get it stronger. They be doing all kind of stuff like that, like 6 hours a day without basketball. So I think the news is trying to make a story.
So,
hold on.
dude
But
just
big
said-
men don't really work on off-season shit as much as guards. Their bodies aren't as durable. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to get injured as a big man. You know, so they don't. You never see them. When Shaq was playing, you never seen him at no pro-am summer league playing.
You see everybody at UCLA.
No, but I'm talking about the big men don't work on their game as much as guards, bro. Their bodies don't be as durable. They be bigger, heavier, it's harder on the joints. It just doesn't. The physics of it don't work the same.
The bench warmer I knew was 7 feet tall. And he spent about 6 hours a day working out.
I mean,
Just to sit on the bench.
yeah, but
Dude in the chat said Klay Thompson. Do you think he was not shooting for that amount of time?
Tim Duncan.
That's 2 years.
Show me
Of
some
course he was
footage.
shooting.
Show me some summer league footage of Tim Duncan. Show me some summer league footage of Patrick Ewing.
That's right.
Well,
Elijah Wan.
Summer league games and shooting the basketball after you've been injured the whole half of the season is different.
How come ain't no big man being highlighted on the N1? Look, we got Bone Collector who is 40-something years old. We got all these older and one cats. You don't see no older big men dudes like that out there actively playing as much as guards. The body can't take it.
But he ain't got to play. I'm saying, don't he got a court at the house?
You know he do.
No,
So he ain't shooting at all?
That's what I'm saying.
He's literally doing everything off the court that doesn't require shooting, which is more important than the
Okay, so they trying to take his focus off
They
of it.
look with the offseason, the trainers, they sort of build you throughout the offseason. They first give you your rest. You got to rest your body. You wouldn't play 82 games.
Yeah, but big men do not play as much pickup as guards. My argument is they can't play as much. The body, it just
What is pickup require?
I'm talking about a guard has to hoop a lot.
No, I get that. I'm saying we said two different things. He said if he's obviously not playing pickup because he hasn't picked up the ball.
Yeah.
So that's obvious.
So let me ask
He's
this.
doing other things.
But that's what
Do you
he's
think
talking
it's about passion?
No, it
The
ain't
love
about
of the
passion.
game? You see what I'm saying? Like, because I'm saying
Their
you
bodies
used to-
aren't as durable.
But I'm not saying that though. But you used to hoop, bro. You know, at a point in time in your life.
How many
there-
times have you played pickup ball with a 7
But we're
footer?
not talking pickup ball. This what I'm saying.
But listen to me. How many times have you played
Oh, you don't.
recreational
You really
ball and there was a couple 7 footers in the gym hooping, which has never happened?
Well,
Are we
really
talking
don't.
7 footers or are we talking about 6'8" and 6'9"?
Well, I mean, you'll catch a 6'5", 6'6" dude out there. Maybe the biggest dude you're gonna see playing pickup ball is Blaze size.
Right.
You're not gonna see no Shaqs, Tim Duncans coming to the park to hoop. It just don't be.
they're not gonna get no work in playing against us. Like when it comes down to it,
Fact.
NBA dudes, like when you're not gonna see him at the park because you're gonna see him at UCLA, you're gonna see him at the Drew League, you're gonna see him places like that. But when it comes down to it, the big men, they have all the footwork skills, the cone drills, all that stuff. That's way more important in the offseason than shooting for him.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying about that. What I'm saying is, Craig, like this. You know, as a point in your life where basketball was everything, right? Niggas
Right.
used to sleep with the ball. I know we used to wear basketball shorts under our church clothes,
Right.
just in case. That's passion. Like anytime a game, if I got a court in my house and I'm in love, with the game, bro, I can't. There's nothing that's gonna stop me from at least taking a shot as I walk by it. Or
But
But life
love-
is different when you're 6'10".
And it's also different when you do it for a living. It's a business. So we had all that hunger because we was running around.
Montrezl Harrell is Blaze size. Montrezl Harrell ain't no big old dude like
He's
that.
like, yeah. He may be a little shorter than Blake.
He might be short. I just seen him 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
And
Somebody.
but here's the thing. Here's a mistake you can't make. You spend 2 days around NBA cats in the offseason, you realize one thing. You can't compare nothing you saw basketball wise.
No, it's a whole different level.
It's like what we would do normally. It's a whole nother world, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one time I was at the gym and I saw Taj Gibson working out. He brought his homeboy, who was a regular dude. His homeboy was talking all kind of crap. About 2 hours into the workout, and dude was in shape. I'm the only fat person up in there. This dude vomiting all across the court. Like the workouts that these do in the off season, they're beginning of the summer workouts, stuff that we can't even comprehend.
Okay, and that's all of that's cool. But after a season where you don't make the playing game, people are saying that you're part of the problem. You may need to go. We need to bust this whole thing up. They bring in a new coach, new attitude. You don't need to be hollering out, I ain't touched the basketball.
Here's why you can't holler it out. Because almost nobody's touched the basketball.
You don't think LeBron and
JJ
Jordan?
Redick literally said that he doesn't touch the basketball until after the 4th of July. Yeah. No matter if he's out the first. And he's one of the greatest shooters ever.
so
Right.
it's a mindset.
It's a thing you got to give your body time to recover.
I still agree with Todd, man. When you under that gun, you don't, even though it should be known, you don't go running off at the mouth saying, you want to allow people to think that you touching it 20 hours a day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially if you suck last or, people talking about, switching things around, trading you. You want to make it seem like, I know the reality is
Right.
hey,
That's
man,
only a story now where people idolize basketball players.
Well, but he said that out of his mouth.
Yeah,
No.
He should have never said that.
What I'm saying is, historically, basketball players have always said. James Worthy said that. Shaq said that. Like Kobe was an anomaly. All the workout he did.
Yeah.
People would look at Kobe like, "What's this dude doing?"
But we can
Because
hear that.
Kevin Garnett, everybody took long periods of time off to get their body back.
but we can hear that from Shaq because he dominated last year. He's probably going to dominate this year. We can hear that from him, but we can't hear that from a slouch. You know what I'm saying? Somebody
Hey,
in
ain't
question.
no slouch.
But also going back to what you said,
He in question.
what you said about Kobe, it was passion.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like that. Like you had a joke that said Kobe's ghost will be at work in the gym working out right now.
Right.
It was also amazing.
For what?
It was business.
Yeah,
Kobe
it's business.
wanted to be the best person.
Absolutely.
In the business. So
Yeah.
he saw it definitely as a business. But
Right.
but I'm saying this isn't when you talk to if you talk to half the basketball players out there, they'll tell you that's not not unnormal to not because there's so many other things you got to do in the off season that don't have nothing to do with shooting a basketball is more than scoring 2 points.
No, I think you missed. We get that.
Yeah.
The reality, that's the way it goes. Nobody's disputing that. He should not say what he said. He should have not, vocalized.
Well, for the sensitive ears of grown men.
Nah, I mean,
I couldn't hear that. My favorite player didn't work out.
Sure.
You got to remember, this is a business. People are selling and making money off who he could be, not who he really is, who he projected to be. Perception is everything in business.
I like seeing fans
in that
disappointed.
business. Yeah.
Fools.
Why you hate the fans?
I don't hate the fans. Why are the fans putting all this extra stuff on somebody they don't even know?
Because we like it.
So you deserve to get your heart broken. That'd be funny.
All right. Next time some ribs don't taste right, I hope.
What else you got for us, Ty?
Oh man, it's going down in the celebrity boxing world, man. We got Blueface going up against Swaggy P at the Crypto. Arena.
The Crypto.
Blueface at the Crypto.
Yeah,
Celebrity boxing, man. So, this should be a good one just because they two entertaining people, and I want to see it happen. I want to see all celebrities fight. So,
why do you fight? Like, how does this matchup happen?
It's just for money. It's like catching fades is the new hustle.
He ain't bringing another 7 with him, is he? No, I'm just joking. But that's gonna be a good one, though, man. I think.
Who you got?
From again?
I got Blueface, man. Blueface, I saw him. He just had a boxing match a little while ago, like a little exhibition match. He was throwing them hands. He whooped on old boy. Even after the bell rung, he whooped on him, his corner, all that.
Yeah, they tried to jump him after the bell.
Swaggy P gonna have to.
And Nick Young smiled too much. I don't know how vicious he is. Young got a smile on his face.
See, in boxing, both fighters don't got to be good for me. There's one person got to be good. The other person gonna get knocked out.
I got Blueface, but I don't know. Swaggy P ain't no little dude.
Yeah, athlete too. So
I don't know why this keep coming up, but he about Blaze side.
Hey, that's a good point.
I keep saying everybody your side. Yeah, Swaggy P 6'7".
Blueface in trouble.
Blueface 6'3".
Blueface 6'3".
But Swaggy P is big boned. He not like he.
That's hammers, man.
He looks skinny if he 240.
Yeah,
he a big boned dude. So I don't know.
Trouble.
Yeah, I got Swaggy. I'm going Swaggy.
Let's go to the fight.
Yeah,
let's go.
That's what we should do.
Y'all want to go?
Yeah. When is it, Saturday?
Is this Saturday?
Blaze.
I'm going to see after the fight.
If you was in this fight, how many rounds would it last? And which one of them would give you the fade?
Swaggy will fold Blaze out.
You don't knock it off.
Because I know if Mike can't handle it, they should be nothing for you.
Oh, man, both of these two. Blueface, I wouldn't even, that'd be considered bullying if I got in there with Blueface. I don't enjoy that kind of Swaggy P too. I don't enjoy that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You heard what Wack 100 said about Jay Prince?
Oh, you want that fade?
Well, yeah, you watched the interview?
I did.
He basically said Jay Prince tried to bully this lady. So basically, there's an older lady who has footage that she paid out of her own pocket, like $100,000+ for an interview with the Larry Hoover. And basically, somebody connected her with Wack 100, so Wack 100 tried to, set her up with Jay Prince and Larry Hoover's son to negotiate a deal for this footage. You know what I mean? And I guess what happened was Wack 100 said he put the lady on the phone with Jay Prince, and Jay Prince tried to bully her out of the tape, saying basically, I'm gonna just give you it's $20,000 and bring me the tape. Like it's $20,000, even though she spent like $100 and something plus thousand to actually get the interview and hire the right people to make it dope. So basically, what she's saying is that that basically Larry Hoover tried to punk her for the tape.
Wack said that.
Wack 100 said he just defended her, he represented her, and that Jay Prince took it to that next level, and now he basically trying to punk him, and it's not happening. So now he running around calling him a snitch, and Wack is like, we could be cool, but I got to get the fair one with you, Jay Prince. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Who you got in the head of fade between Jay Prince and Wack 100?
Ooh, man, a head of fade. I don't know. I haven't seen Jay Prince in action with the hands, but I seen Wack, so it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a good one. Political answer.
Really? I think Wack will probably.
Mm-hmm.
Knockout?
Jay Prince might be like that little Chinese dude in all the Asian movies and just be sitting back watching everybody else fight.
Yeah.
And once you get to his level, you know what I mean? Right.
It'll never happen. But that'll be the worst thing to happen to a boss like Jay Prince.
Get punched out.
Can't nobody see you get mopped up if you supposed to be it. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no bounce back.
He definitely got the most to lose because if he beat a whack 100, it'd be like.
He's supposed to.
Why is this even news? Like, why are we here?
Not that he's supposed to, but it's entertainment, man. We are a part of an entertainment show.
I'm not talking about us bus classes. I'm talking about them. Like, why is that lady's business news?
Right.
The lady interviewing. Why is that news?
Who you said, White 100?
No, why is that even news? Like, but they can't just work that out, man. Why?
Well, I guess they've been trying to work it out. I'm not taking sides on it. This is just what I got from watching the interview. I mean, look, in the street culture, that's how the streets go, bro. Normal people don't understand the dynamic of what Wack be doing. I'm not trying to say what he's doing is right and what he's doing is wrong, but in prison, they politic.
Right.
And gangbanging, whether you believe, whether people want to understand it or not, or anything that has to do with streets, there's always going to be a level of politicking. And so if somebody speaks your name, you know what I'm saying, you got to do something about it. In politics, if you don't do something, you're a buster, you're a punk.
So didn't they?
I'm just not used to politics on the clubhouse. That's all. I'm used to like you kind of hear rumors around the hood about certain things.
This wasn't on Clubhouse
or Twitter or whatever. The fact that we know, and it's not just it's one thing people in your neighborhood know. That's kind of common. But the world know. I'm not used to the world knowing about this kind of stuff.
Didn't Jay Prince just bring Kanye and Drake back together though? They was beefing. They brought that together. So I'm saying, why you think they can't do it in their own situations? And why is it more? I know the money is involved. It's a business. So
somebody said Wack ain't in prison. You don't understand the streets.
He lives by different
you don't understand the streets. In the streets, look, it's things you can't do, right? Supposedly you can't rat, and if somebody calls you a rat and you're not a rat,
right?
Yeah.
Street politics, that's punishable by murder.
Straight up.
Where people would understand. Like, it ain't no, I was just playing when you call me a rat. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And you can't call nobody a rat, and you can't rat.
Right.
Regardless of what our beef is, once Jay Prince started calling him a rat, that's basically like marking him for death.
Yeah. Straight up.
That ain't like nothing. That ain't nothing to take lightly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, with Jay Prince on that though, for him to use those words, do you think maybe he has something? I'm not saying maybe he knows something we don't know. No, you can't call somebody a rat without producing paperwork.
Right.
It ain't no, I know he told, but I ain't gonna tell you he told. Just know that I know he told.
Right.
No, man, let's see the tangible proof.
Wow.
Because it could be a death sentence on both parties. Somebody else might hear that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, this nigga a rat for real? You know what I mean? They ain't no proof. You feel what I'm saying? Or if you can't provide the proof, now it's right back on that.
You know, one thing I do like about Wack, though, what he does is he want to throw hands all the time. Like, ain't too much back and forth. If you hear him arguing with somebody
say he ain't touching Jay Prince. I'm not speaking on that. I don't know, bro. I'm not involved in their politics. I like both of them.
Right.
But don't think that anybody could be touched. Right. Jay Castellano was far more powerful than Jay Prince. He got murdered right there. I think it was, I forget the street, but right there in front of a restaurant in front of hundreds of people by John Gotti. And John Gotti wasn't no Paul Castellano. You feel what I'm saying? He was underboss at the time. So when it come to these streets, bro, it ain't no. Once you get to a certain level of street, dude, all that other stuff don't mean nothing to you. Disrespect is disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, go ahead. You were saying.
Oh no, I was saying he's always ready to throw hands, man. If you hear him argue with somebody, because he does it publicly, it's always like, what? And then, we got to get down, man. We just got to get down.
Right.
So I can at least respect that. It ain't like back in the day, somebody have a little argument and it just subliminal disses back and forth. It's hands being thrown.
Yeah, but regardless, look, I'm not defending old boy because somebody in there saying he owe 100 fades and ain't ran one. But what I'm saying is, if it was that easy, ain't nothing been done. So regardless of what you think about his tactics, Who moving something?
Right. Real talk.
I hope don't nobody fight. I hope everything stay peaceful. You know what I mean? Because these is grown men, man. These cats in their 50s. They look like fighting.
Somebody ain't grown.
And them too high level. There ain't no fighting going on with that.
Yeah,
ain't nobody catching no fade with Jay Prince.
Right. Period.
That.
And I just wish it go back to the 80s. Hood business, stay hood business. Us squares don't even know what's going on. Let the people who are in that pocket know what's going on. And once the squares started getting all up in the business, man, that don't mix with hood nothing. You know, right. The squares ain't supposed to know. We ain't supposed to know this stuff.
Yeah, but we know all about Tupac. We know all about Tupac.
Yeah. But he wasn't the real deal.
No, but he was around the real deal.
Yeah, but proximity to the real deal ain't the real deal.
No, but what I'm saying is we know all about Tupac, and there was real deal people involved with his death.
Mm-hmm. That we don't know.
And we should know. It's been watered down.
Yeah, that's the whole. That's when it started. It started in the early '90s is when it started to get watered down. But now we got to the end of that. And I just think it's corny. All these grown black men talking about street stuff and we gonna do this and that because of the tape and this and that. Man, that's business, man. Y'all handle y'all business and leave. And man, it's corny. It's corny.
It's a corny sport. I think it's always been watered down. I think it's always been watered down. It's just the time is changing, and now we see it more, and now we're hearing it more.
Somebody said whack is the police. I'm going to keep it 100. If you were doing media, where you talking in front of people on video, you the police too. If you're talking other people's business, who ain't the police?
Right.
How many different people's business have you told on this show? And you, we don't talk about ourselves every episode. We talking about other people's business.
We talk about what's already out there.
I know, but I'm just saying. Okay,
but
so
the police is breaking a story. You guys don't know this. I'm gonna tell a personal story here. That's the corny stuff.
You ever committed a crime?
No, not like overtly.
That's not true either.
You didn't run it.
Not consciously.
You didn't run a stoplight.
Jaywalk.
Yeah, stoplight, that kind of stuff. That's not a crime. That's a violation.
It's a crime.
It's a
not a crime.
Jaywalking is a crime.
Jaywalking is a citation.
Never had old tags.
I mean, about felonies.
No, we're not talking about felonies. It's on direct crime.
We all the police.
Breaking the law is all.
You break laws every now and again. You do. You break laws.
We got them.
Yeah, we got you broke the law not brushing your teeth. Smell
that laugh.
What's the last crime you did?
I jaywalked the other day, man, and I figured if I got to halfway across the street and went back, it wouldn't be a crime no more.
You know what's weird? Why when we jaywalk do we stop running when we get to the other side of the street? We just broke the law. If it was any other crime you broke, you'd have kept running until you got out of distance. But when you jaywalk, you stop right on the other side of the street.
Serve your purpose. You're breaking the law for safety. Once I'm safe.
But you're running not to be caught.
No, you're running to be safe. You're running to be
hit. I said FOB coming.
Craig said I'm running not to be caught.
I don't think nobody worries about the police when they jaywalk. Nobody's worried about the police when they jaywalk. I've jaywalked in front of the police. It's the cars that you're worried about. You ain't trying to get hit.
Yeah, you're bad boy.
I can't do it in front of the police.
I have.
I actually saw one of their little stings one time, right? You know, legally.
Jaywalking sting?
Yeah.
They got all time.
So when you
wasn't no crime
right
in that city.
When you're making a right turn, right?
They tackling people after they complete the jaywalk.
We got you.
Sting operation. Go ahead, man. Go cross street for me. Go ahead.
So what happens is when you're making that right turn, when somebody crossing the street, this is an undercover cop just back and forth walking across the street to see what they're going to catch. You have to wait till the other person actually gets on the sidewalk safely. You know what I mean? You know how if we making a right turn and somebody walk, once they get halfway in the middle of the street, we like, it's cool over here. I'm good. I got all the right turn. You have to wait till they actually get on the sidewalk on the other side.
Got to touch base.
Yeah, they got to touch base. If they don't put feet on that sidewalk, then they can get you for that. I saw them actually doing it, man. They got one of my buddies. I was a passenger, but I said, that's what y'all out here doing. That's what y'all wasting our tax dollars on.
They do things in Hollywood all the time, like clubs. like on Tuesday, Thursday night, the midweek clubs, they'll sit right there in front whenever they're on the horses. Whenever you see them LAPD on the horses, they write jaywalking tickets.
Right.
And they'll just sit there, and if you walk across, it won't even be Hollywood Boulevard. It'd be like a little side street like La Promise. Yeah, I remember one time I was at, remember Ledoux? I'm at Ledoux, and these cats come out, and it's just like four horse cops, and everybody walk across the street. Come on over here.
Right.
And there's a whole little thing. Like, man.
You're not giving me no
police-
ticket on the horse.
The police
I'm out of there.
police beat my cousin up over jaywalking.
Huh?
The police beat my cousin up over jaywalking.
Really?
Yeah, for real. He was walking across the street to go get something for his mom. Came back. The cops started calling him. He knew he wasn't doing nothing wrong. I mean, it was one of those crosswalks. It was one of those crosswalks. They didn't have a crosswalk, but it was the only way you could walk. You know what I'm saying? So he was walking, all that, none of that. Cop, hey, come here. He was like, what I'm doing, whatever. The cops wasn't having it. Like, they wasn't crazy. It was a messed up area, bro. So many gangs and drugs over there. They got
They
it.
got the jaywalking dude.
And and the thing was, he was going to college. He wanted to be a cop until that happened. You know what I mean? So
that's why he should have did it even more.
Yeah.
That's cold blooded, man. You're jaywalking, bro. It's dangerous.
where that name come from? Why is it called jaywalking? Anybody know?
You know what? I have no idea. You got the
Yeah,
one.
hands.
Some dude named Jay.
JJ Walker?
Hey.
What would J stand for in the legal book?
Janky, you walking janky across the street.
Juvenile walking.
What you got for us, Blaze? Oh, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to a commercial break. Well, we didn't start. What time did we start streaming, fellas? 4:45. Oh yeah, no, we gonna keep going, man. At least an hour to get these numbers built. What you got for us, Snaps?
Blaze, Snaps, which one, man? What we
We're
doing?
gonna go Snaps and then Blaze. Why?
All right, let's get into some tree talk. All right, check it out. So Snoop Dogg has given one of his employees a pay increase. Okay, his employee, the position is actually a PBR. It's a personal professional blunt roller. So he has somebody he's employed, and all his job is to do is roll blunts all day. If somebody looks like they want a blunt, they want to smoke, his job is to give it to them. So 2 years ago, Snoop hired this dude, but at $35,000 a year. Then he was paying him $50,000 a year. Snoop said, based on inflation, the dude just got another raise. He didn't say how much. He said, but it is a real position. You can put it on your resume, and it is a position that's out there now. So he basically has somebody to roll blunts for him all day. They getting paid more than, I don't know, it was $50,000 last year. Now it's more.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean?
Coming up.
How much y'all think he paying him?
75.
75,000?
67.
I mean, I don't know the answer. He never revealed it.
Yeah.
How much would you take?
To roll.
Minimum amount for that to be your full-time job.
I don't know, because you also gotta be the one holding the stuff in states where it's illegal, so you gotta be the one to take that rap. So
That's a good point. That's a
6
good
figures
point.
at least.
he
But-
gotta pay you to do it, so he don't get the rap.
But it is Snoop. He gonna get you out every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Every time?
it's gonna be on your record.
I'm just if I'm paying this man $75K to roll blunts for me, and he go to jail. Yeah, I'm gonna get him out. I'm wasting. You know how much money I just threw away for this
I
nigga
wonder
rolling
why
my
they didn't
blunt?
hire a female.
That's a good
White probably
question.
wasn't having it.
Yeah, white probably wouldn't.
Yeah, because that means she smoked a
They
lot.
don't roll blunts fast enough. They talk too much when they roll the blunts. It be taking too long. That's probably why.
They stupid.
You know how this plays.
That's probably why.
They move too slow.
So do we all agree that's a necessary position? That's a necessary position to
I
have.
don't smoke, so not for me.
For Snoop.
Yes. That's a necessary
But you don't got to
position.
smoke. If somebody wanted to hire you to roll blunt, you know what I mean?
Right.
Wanted to hire you to roll blunts all day, would you
You'd
do it?
learn in.
Yeah, you know I've never rolled a blunt.
For $75K, you'd learn.
Yeah, I wouldn't be any good at it. It's a skill, right?
Right. How many blunts you think you got to roll in a day?
The Snoop you probably rolling at least 30. That's
More.
what it's what I
Way
think.
more. Way more.
Yeah, probably more. Yeah, probably more.
Yeah. Because you got to think all the people we probably smoke with.
Right.
You know what I
It ain't
mean?
even fun rolling blunts no more.
Shout out to
He said probably ain't fun.
shout out to Lawless, man. He gave me a heads up. He was saying we had the other show. Remember he came, he had like 10 blunts rolled up in a row. And I was like, man, that's crazy, bro. I said, why you don't roll your blunts like that? He said, because when you out in the public like that, you ain't got enough to, and you in people's face, you ain't got enough time to be looking like this. Every time you looking like this, somebody else, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody else watching. That could be your last minute, you know what I mean? So he rolls his before he leaves. So I think that's a good idea. That's a good employment. You know what I mean? To have somebody rolling the blunts.
Safety.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Safety reasons.
Well, what is it about blunts? Why don't y'all just smoke out of a pipe? Why is that?
That's too crackish for me.
Yeah,
man.
you be smoking crack next.
That's too
real?
crackish for me.
It's cool, like you get that rush hit, but you know what I mean? You don't be carrying no glass pipes around, then you
Yeah, I mean, just that whole thing to me is, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I think it's
So
just
you rather put your lips on something than another man put his lips on?
Well, even if you got that,
You don't see people sharing pipes.
they
oh, they
yeah, you do.
They do.
They share pipes, they share
Share
needles.
balls, all that.
All kind of.
If they
Pipes?
got weed, if they
Like,
got
you smoke white boy, don't say you want to hit the bowl.
cans,
White boys
apples,
go,
I done seen
hit the
people share
bowl.
apples. That was the nastiest thing I ever saw. But I mean,
But see, the difference is with the pipe. Well, no, they got small pipes. Never mind.
Glass.
Yeah, they got small
Yeah,
pipes.
yeah.
I don't do that either. I can't do the glass blunts either. That's too crackish for me too. Y'all seen that?
Yeah.
I can't do that.
I actually found one that I liked. I mean, it was a real glass blunt, like you pack it, and you light the tip of it, and when it ash, a quarter inch or something, you just push the little thing out and it dump the ash out, and you light it again. That was an actual good idea. That was a
Right.
real glass blunt. You just stuff the green in there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I just feel like you much rather have a blunt fall out your pocket than a pipe.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Because that pipe make a lot of noise. You got to put padding around your pipe. Can't nobody hear it fall.
Pad your pipe.
What pipe is that?
I had no idea, man.
That sounds like
You can't even kick it to the side. It's gonna make more noise. It's gonna be all scraped up. You know what I mean?
the glass. I know what you're talking about. It's like smoking out of a musket. Like, I don't want to do that. Like it's convenient, but like you said, when it fall and break, you can't smoke no more. You know what I mean? If you drop it out your pocket and shatter, that's it.
Or you crack it, it's over.
How many times you dropped the joint? What y'all doing, man?
Joints are durable.
But if you crack it,
You ain't never dropped a joint?
No, I mean, I'm sure it happened once or sometime here and there, but not enough to be like, man, it's a few times a
keep
day.
fumbling, man.
Yeah.
What's wrong with me?
What's wrong with me?
I ain't doing drugs like I used to. I'm doing.
I ain't doing drive like I used to.
all right. Let me give y'all another topic in Tree Talk. Let me ask y'all. Let's play a little game called Is He High? All right. So the game had an interview recently, right?
The game?
The game. He had an interview recently. They were discussing money. He was saying that he likes the cash money more than the money, you know what I mean, looking at your account or whatever. So he was saying, just because he's in a room next to Elon Musk, you know what I mean, that don't mean Elon Musk is richer than he is. It just means he got more numbers in his phone than he does. Meaning the numbers in his phone, his account, is more numbers in his phone than the game has in his. So just because I'm standing next to Elon Musk, it don't mean that he's richer than me. Is he high?
Is he saying that because he has cash?
High on his ass.
Because I feel like this. I feel like
No, he ain't high. He's low.
because you can be rich. You can be rich in other ways, right? Than just money.
Well, you can have more assets than me, but not have as much liquid cash as me.
Yeah,
That's definitely possible.
But that's not what he's talking about. He's saying just because he got more resources, that's the definition of rich. If somebody out resource you, man. Somebody out, they are. What do you? Who
Cash
cares?
is just a note.
Right.
It says it's just a note backed by fear, backed by what we think.
Absolutely.
And look what happened when the coronavirus hit. They said, all place said, we ain't accepting cash. That happened for 2 months? Change shortage and stuff like that. So you can't pull rank. Just do you, he do him.
So let me ask you this: you got all the money in the world, but no family. I got kids. I got a wife. I got family. I got love. You feel what I'm saying? Are you more rich than I am?
It's
more rich.
No, I wouldn't. It's perception, because the guy who don't have the family, that could be his love. He could look at your family and say, "Whew, you gotta deal with this."
But money don't love back.
You don't need love back. You need to love yourself back.
Yeah, I'm looking for back love.
Yeah,
Does anybody do you offer return love? I love you, but
when you get it in the front, you don't need it in the back.
Every time Snap spits somebody, say goodbye. See you later, baby.
So y'all think he's high, or y'all think he got a good point?
It comes down to what you want.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no comparison.
Right.
If he feels rich and he feels that's his way of doing it,
Right.
why he's comparing to himself to Elon Musk, I don't know. I mean,
silly.
He said he's cool with him, and they be, you know what I mean? That's his guy. You know what I'm saying? But if you're in the same room and you see me standing next to him, don't assume that he's richer than me just because he got more numbers than
But is he talking?
But
But is he literally? But I think might be being literal.
Yeah.
I think he's literally talking about just numbers.
Yeah, I got 20,000 right here, and your phone just says that you have all of this money.
You know what I mean?
he's already talking.
Talking about like numbers, like just numbers.
Well, I think if he meant numbers, then he clearly high. But I'm saying you could be rich in other ways because I don't know. You think it's a comparison?
Yeah.
Whether you got got 20,000 cash, but he got what? How many trillion in his phone? There's still no comparison.
But like for him, it's like that's I guess maybe for him that comes from people who look at people and they judge them by how much money they got.
Right.
I mean, first of all, if you judge somebody, if you're making a personal assessment on someone based on their money, you already lost.
Period.
Now you can say they got more money, that's cool. But if you're conflating that with like how they are as a person, the value system, if they're worth you being around them or not, then you already behind the 8 ball at that point. So you know, like to even bring that up, like if you can have $1 billion or you can have $10. If you're a man, I'm gonna treat you like a man. If you're a man, it don't matter how much money you got.
Right.
You know what I mean? The level of I'm gonna give you that respect. The only way I'm gonna lose respect for you is if you do something to make me lose respect for you.
Right.
It don't matter how much money you got.
Right.
Because you ain't gonna give me nothing. Like, it don't matter. Like, I'm not gonna ask.
Can you imagine how big and long of a number Ty can write inside that headband? You know what I'm saying? You can't be judging people like that, man. You can't be judging.
He should have picked somebody else, not Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Scott Storch or somebody.
If you see me sitting next to Q-Tip, then
No, I'm with DeWine. He shouldn't pick nobody. You shouldn't be worried about what nobody's worth, man. You know, worry about yourself. We're talking about another man's pockets.
Yeah, talk about another man. That's kind of weird.
You see me
If
next
I'm
to
talking about
Ty.
another man's pockets, it ain't gonna be Elon Musk, bro.
Who the richest man in the world?
Him, I think.
Is it
It's him or Bezos. No, I think he just passed Bezos. I think Bezos is 2.
I don't
So
know.
we
Elon Musk
all
is
worried
what?
about numbers
Yeah,
because
I don't
everybody here had an idea. So,
We pay attention because that's a chase we on. But you'll never hear nobody say, well, "You see me standing next to Kraig." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Don't think that he's richer than me because he's sitting in another chair. Nobody we don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't
Right.
real. Yeah.
Okay.
So
What you got for us, Blake?
So automotive news, man. Fox Network Network got this new show called Dream Car. And I think it's pretty dope, man. They taking kids, well not kids, but you know, kids of somebody obviously, and they taking money, man, savings, life savings, retirement funds or whatever, and they going out buying their parents the dream car, the car they had when they first met, or a car that they always wanted, and you know, and there's mostly classic cars and whatnot, and they going and making these parents' dreams come true. I think that's dope, you know, number one. But number two, I think it says something about your parenting based on however your kids turn out and what your kids will do and won't do for you.
Right.
Because while we're talking about this story about some kids want to do something for their parents, we also, all of us know some people who wouldn't piss on their parents if they was on fire. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and what's even funnier sometimes when you hear the parents come, my son won't do shit. My daughter ain't about nothing. You know, they always say that kind of shit, man. And you know, to an intellect, you know, to me, I'm looking right at you like, your kid won't do what?
What will you do?
Right. I'm sorry to hear that.
Let me ask you something, Blake. What kind of car you think your kid would get you?
Whatever it is, it's going to be a
Chevy Nova?
Ford. Yeah, it's going to be a Ford something. And, you know, yeah, I like to think that I'm going to have, you know, whatever. I don't know what condition it'll be in, but I'm going to have what I want. So either he going to take it, you know, from start to finish, or if for some reason I lose my favorite piece, which right now is my Thunderbird, he'd probably try to go back and recoup that and, you know, Yeah, build it or maybe paint it the same color I have it painted or whatnot.
Yeah. Hey, you know what I just found out? You ever heard that saying, Ford Focus? That's hilarious. You ever heard that?
Got this for you, Dad.
No. Bro, that Ford Escort wagon, though.
Hey.
The Escort wagon?
Do y'all remember that the like 89 Ford Escort? 88,
GT?
80, yeah, the GT.
My uncle still got one in his driveway that he is just sitting there. It's been sitting there for 20 years. They ain't turned on. It's still there.
Would he sell it?
I asked him.
I would buy
He
that.
bought it brand new.
I would buy that car. One of my buddies got that in high school. I thought that was dope. He had the GT, man.
Yeah.
Now we know.
What was it, 2-banger?
Right? It might as well, man.
He bought that from Crenshaw Motorsport on 54th and Crenshaw in 89.
Man.
GT? Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, that car worth a couple of dollars.
Oh, most of Pontiac Lamars was cold, too.
Hey, that was.
The Lamar.
The vertical one?
The
No,
Lamars
my mom
was-
had the 91 or 92,
Oh,
a
90.
blue
I
one.
thought the vertical one.
No, she had it was a hatchback like the Escort. Yeah, that Pontiac Lamar. Boy. What else is Chrysler New Yorker?
Only the 60s, and once you got out of the 60s with that thing,
It was Boo Boo with the wood panel on the side.
yeah, boo.
Yeah, Dodge Dart is what that is.
Again, once you leave the 60s,
In New Yorker, ain't that where the 300 came from? Like the prehistoric. No.
Prehistoric.
Prehistoric. That's hilarious.
Mopar. Yeah, but so while we was on the Roman facts, man, we talked about
Roman facts.
the city of Pompeii earlier, and how that volcano, kind of leveled that city out and whatnot. And during the level of that city, when they found it in that volcano eruption was in 79 AD,
Mm-hmm.
and people accidentally found that city in 1500.
I fell asleep on you.
Todd remember that.
I messed it.
I was like,
Off of
oh,
my Blaze. I don't know, man.
when it happened, I was like, what was that? Oh,
Pull the blades, bro. I pulled the blades out.
Those
no,
not at all.
Ty got astigmatism. I didn't know that. You was looking behind you. I don't know how you did it.
Hey. But anyway, in the findings of those bodies in Pompeii, man, they found a man flat on his back with his hand on his Johnson, man. So he's jerking off at the time that volcano erupted, man, and the heat sculpted his body. He in the jerk off position, man.
Yeah.
Everything going on in the world, man. The whole town crumbling, heat, rocks, debris, and he want to get one off.
He probably thought the sound of the volcano blowing was him shooting off. You know what I mean? Like, wow, the gods have blessed me with a universal thrust. He probably thought he was really putting it down on himself.
Yeah.
Man.
Boom!
I'm killing it today.
And recocked and was stoned after
Was he
that.
racing the lava? You think he was racing the lava?
Oh,
You there first?
Right. Let me see if I can get one off of this lava get to me. And he's
Right.
he failed.
So is he crazy or is he a genius? Is he?
what if he just knew he was gonna go? It was like,
That's what I'm
That's
thinking.
what
the last thing I want to feel.
Right. That's
I'm
genius.
at it.
I ain't about to run.
Yeah.
I'm good. I ain't got nowhere to go. So if you give me, give me. Let's go.
You know how much focus you gotta have, bro?
Bro.
Knowing there's a volcano coming and you still
To
got.
come with your life on the line. You were born for the
That's
industry.
concentration.
On top of that,
Because he wasn't
You
looking at nothing
were
back there, right?
born.
he didn't have no internet to go.
That's
He
what I
didn't have
said.
he didn't have
Somebody
nothing
said he
to
had
go
a
to.
blast.
His imagination. Shut
Had
up.
a blast. Hilarious.
Man.
Yeah, so he had his imagination. That's what I'm saying. You got to use your imagination when.
Like, did they have porn scrolls back then? Like, they unload the scroll and be like,
But they had
Well, what is
peasants.
he
You
holding?
They had.
gotta remember, they had slaves. They would just hit their slave.
Oh yeah, that's right. Peasants.
He couldn't get to them slaves.
Bro, if you had a slave, anytime your wife, what?
Yeah, yeah. I'll be right back.
Yeah. You sock her out of her sleep. Wake up. Slave. Would you mistreat a slave if you had a slave?
Nah, I wouldn't.
White slaves?
Would you hit your slave?
Huh?
Would you smash your slave?
Oh, yeah, she looked good, yeah. I wouldn't mistreat her, though.
She look good.
I'm leaving
What if she
mistreat
said?
nobody.
What if you was about to
Back
smash
into
her and she said no?
Huh?
What if you was about to smash her and she said no?
Yeah, nah.
You,
You are the.
I'm sorry.
You're a pushover as a slave owner.
if you had a
Master
woman,
Dewan,
if you was a woman's slave and she wanted to have sex with you, you couldn't tell her no. She owns you.
It's just funny.
Get branded.
He said if she cute. Can you imagine the master looking at all the cute slaves?
I ain't gonna lie.
No, not you.
I would only have cute females.
You go
Think
outside.
about it.
Sweep them leaves up.
If one slave, you know, look like you know she looked good or whatever, and then the other one look like
Whoopi
Lizzo.
Goldberg.
Yeah. One look like Lizzo.
Whoopi,
Yeah, the other
you
one
go
look
outside
like,
and build me a shack.
Kevin Samuels.
Of course he gonna look, huh?
Kevin Samuels, what do you rate yourself?
Hey, let me ask you. If you was a slave owner and your female slave kept saying no, what would be your rebuttal? Like you would just keep accepting no?
Gentlemen.
Like at what point?
Okay, I respect it. All right, okay.
If you own a slave, you don't respect nothing.
I'm hitting everything in the backyard. What's wrong with y'all? Whoopi, Lizzo, all y'all.
How many times are you going to accept no from your slave, Dewan?
You gonna have a revolt on your hands.
He set up a trade with the plantation.
You been negotiating, look. You give her extra lunchtime.
Yeah, if I had it,
You can't say no as a slave.
who taught you that word? you didn't learn that here. No.
I ain't got time for that right now. You can't. I got something to do. Yeah, whatever you got to do is for me. Everything you got to do is for me, mother. Me and you busy. You busy with the work I gave you.
She gotta go
You
wash
going
her
on a
hair.
30-minute break right now. I know that.
Ain't no break today, man.
She gotta wash her hair. I gotta watch this horse.
Dewan would be
Out ruthless.
That it would be.
Tackling slaves in the yard.
Hey, Duane said he wouldn't mistreat no slave.
He lied.
What happened to that black janitor, man, that was working on your buildings, man?
Oh, because that man.
Oh, yeah, you didn't take no many hits. The one you fired, motherfucker, that one. The one who told you no. Hey, can you do the work and be reasonable with my clients? No.
Yeah, business. Get out of here.
Slave, that's the business. You the boss. You
So
the
if your
owner.
slave said, I'm not cooking you nothing tonight, you
Yeah,
good with that?
I'm not like that.
She getting stoned to death.
You own me, but not that much. Okay, I got.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't own everything.
Sell them.
Do not.
Wait a minute.
Hey, she be standing in front of the house with a for sale sign on her, just rotating.
Turn around some more.
Give me the cute one.
I'm finna sell you.
How when you trying to get your little master rocks off that night, and you gonna wait to set up a sale on the weekend?
Yeah.
I need it now.
Let me tell you
You
something.
trade. You didn't say
Let me tell you
trade.
something. If you around them days, you own a big old plantation. You got all these slaves that you own, and you ain't got no hoes. Something wrong with you.
Those are your
But we
hoes.
talking about Rome. We're not talking about because that ain't just American. We were talking about Rome.
Roman
They had slaves
black
then
people.
too.
Why you can have
A gladiator was a slave.
Right.
Yeah. I'll be a slave in the Moorish time. They had like 30, 40 of them. They just go around slapping the hell out of
Yeah.
the slaves. You know?
But the bottom line, if you can't, your slave can't say no to nothing.
nothing.
Your slave can't hold out. The one she can't.
Yo, you let your slave tell you no?
You a trader. I mean, she broke. She broken.
Duane,
It's a malfunction.
Duane, you going home to TV dinners, huh?
Yeah, the one slave's gonna be so unreal.
Yo, just doing anything. Calling him by his first name. I ain't doing it, Dewan.
I don't know him by master, okay? It's Earl. We call him Earl. He be embarrassing you in front of all other slave masters. No, we call him Earl.
That's not my name. It don't matter. Earl to us.
I'm glad my family didn't mistreat their slaves. You know what I mean?
Oh, brother.
We ain't gonna do that. You got slaves and not mistreat them.
Not my slave.
It goes,
That
it
the
goes,
Roman
against,
my
it goes
slaves.
against the whole
The
principle.
one be at the park hooping with the slaves. And he ain't gonna let nobody else shoot. They be wide open. They got to pass.
Oh yeah, I was like that. Oh, who we?
Oh, there you go. Oh, now.
If I'm on a block and I got my hand
Right.
and I got somebody back here,
And your slave don't pass you. He gonna start dogging us for the game.
if I catch that, man, if I catch you, you don't cut, man.
The slave wave you off.
Pass it to him.
I'm like, nah. Now you think I hoop like Todd.
Go get that screen.
Your slave wave you on. Oh, your slave changed the play.
What? Now we got a problem.
Hit you with the fake pass.
Now we got a problem.
He keep telling you to set the pick. Now what?
Call the screens out.
When I get this ball, you better cut. Because I gotta have this pass. If you don't cut the pass, I'm not gonna have my drop step.
Your slave say.
You got a problem.
Imagine having a slave, a personal trainer.
Hey, you being shady?
You wouldn't let him work you. He'd be too scared to work you hard.
Yeah, it would.
Nah,
2 push-ups. I'm done. Look.
if a slave
Great
is
job,
being gotten all day, like
Good job, girl.
what they consider relaxation time is hard work to everybody else. So, you get 10% of a slave's work, brother, you gonna be in good shape.
But let me get this straight, Dewan. Your woman slave can deny you pussy. I want to be my slave. But one of them niggas don't pass you the basketball. Oh, fuck that. You saw the hand. You saw my goddamn hand. Fuck is all this weight and shit.
Let me give you some civility here, Blaze. One requires rape. The other one's just basketball. I ain't raping nobody.
Imagine, they had highlight tapes. A baller's life highlight tapes with you and your slave.
And one.
And what?
Like, if your slave went between the legs and throw, like if your slave could like throw you between the leg alleys, would you like give them their freedom?
No,
Nah.
you can't go nowhere.
What if he had boosties, bro?
We going to the tournament.
He just had boosties with no shoes on.
Yo, would you let a slave foul you?
He gonna foul you.
Would you treat your slaves different based on their race?
Probably.
How would you treat your white slaves?
I would still treat them humane. But they'd have to do all the hard work.
Right.
Black slaves do the easy stuff.
Yeah, that's cold.
Or I'll probably trade them. I'll probably sell them. I'll probably sell for every black slave I sell, give me 2 white ones. I'll do something like that.
My black slave
I'll be like the
free.
Moors. I'll be like the Dragon Moors back in the day.
That's all right.
Coming out there, nah, y'all gotta come over here.
You're going to have a shitty farm. Trading all the brothers.
How the fuck we gonna grow candy, man? I've been trying to grow this candy. It doesn't work.
White folks ain't growing shit.
We have a Starburst farm.
I keep
Great.
Starburst.
Could you enslave a fellow mulatto?
I don't think I would participate. I'd have been a pirate, bro, or a cowboy or something. I can't own people.
But they didn't consider it like that because slaves they consider themselves farmers. They didn't see it as that people.
Being
This was a.
It's like today, niggas consider themselves free with jobs.
That's true. This is really the same.
Niggas are slaves right now.
That's real.
Right
spill.
now.
Yeah, man. That's.
You have all dark skinned slaves, in other words.
This nigga stupid.
No, I wouldn't. I don't get.
You wouldn't have any.
I wouldn't have no
Because
slaves.
pirates had slaves too.
They did.
Pirates had slaves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's difference between capturing somebody because y'all both greedy.
You can't run from it, Craig.
Yeah, you guys-
either
that's slaves,
get ate, shoot or get shot, steal or get
I'd
stolen.
be pimping.
You got to.
It's been pimping forever.
You got to.
There wasn't no plantations with all light skinned slaves on it, you don't think?
You crazy.
Oh yeah, there was my family. I mean, not just Mississippi. I got a picture of them. Them cats was lighter than Kraig, enslaved, like pasty white almost. They was on it, and then when they went to get the slave owner let them free up on death. It was in his will. Let my slaves go, and the Mississippi government came in and was like, nah, can't do this. 1855, y'all got to stay. But they was lighter than Kraig.
It's the Golden State Warrior slaves.
Check
Nigga,
I
hotel.
had a few Quake Thompsons in my
light skin.
family lineage on the generations.
This nigga said, I said slavery is a choice. Nobody's working out of choice, motherfucker. Motherfuckers need money. That's why you're working. Money. Nobody choosing this shit.
No, not at all.
I keep thinking about the one out there macking to his slaves and getting turned down.
Well, indentured servitude was a
They
choice,
still think about me.
but they would work off their freedom. A lot of people came to this country.
That ain't a
as
choice.
Well, indentured
That's-
servitude is.
That's like credit. Nobody wants to use credit. Ideally, I'd like to pay for whatever the hell I want. So for me to sign up for indentured servitude is, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have it. Now I got to do this. But I didn't want this.
Right.
I wanted some money in my
In
pocket.
certain places in this country, if you were a single male and didn't have a family, the law was you had to be an indentured servant to a family
Right.
until you found a wife.
But every man wanted a wife. He wanted his family. He wanted, you know, you end up in that situation.
But you know, it was a time where there wasn't enough women in this country, and there was a lot of male indentured slaves. The government had to bring women in by the boatloads.
For real?
Because a lot of the white women that were here weren't choosing the white male as husbands because they were too weak. They were choosing free black men, but they weren't choosing white men. So they had to bring boatloads of white women from England to be with the white men that were here because the women that were here did not choose white men as spouses.
And then when they break them over, it was so bad. That's why the whole marriage, you can't marry a black person, those started in the colony of Virginia in 1660 through the 1690s. They kept updating the laws. In the 1660s, it was like, you got to marry a white person or you'll become by law. They were still marrying black dudes. So in the 1680s, they said, okay, if you marry a black person, you're going to become a slave too. They were like, that's all it is? I'll be a slave.
Whoa.
Then in the 1690s, that's when they said, okay, if you marry a black person, not only will you be a slave, your children will be a slave, and if you get caught with a black man, we can kill you. So what they would do is they would get white women and burn them. So the whole history of white women accusing black men of rape, you can look this up documented. It's court cases all throughout the 1690s, 1700s. When white women got caught having sex with black men, they would just say he raped me. Because if they didn't say that, she would get burned. And they would literally burn her alive.
Right.
So all that stuff, all that he raped me, all that black people, they did that because the white women was choosing niggas. And that's where all that stuff is born out of.
And they were actually trying to pull them up? You think they were actually trying to pull them up?
They weren't trying to pull them up. It was a different dynamic because you got to remember back then, the whiteness didn't exist before the 1680s. They had to create the concept of whiteness after Bacon's Rebellion. You know what I mean? They had to create the whole concept. And once they created the concept, people were like, no, I'm German, I'm Italian, I'm English, I'm from this tribe. It took a couple hundred years of literally white people getting killed for interacting with black people for them to get their code in their mind. Like their whole code, that the white supremacy, that came at the threat of a sword for about 200 years before they finally got it.
So they wasn't even. We ain't even gonna give you a chance to like these dudes.
No, yeah, we can't
You know what I
do
mean?
that.
Like what I'm saying. Like you said, they want to smash her. What I meant by pull them up is, she fall in love with a slave, or she, you know what I mean, and she try to bring him up. You're mad at that, make him the. You know what I'm saying? So what? None of that.
No, yeah, she couldn't because now when she's a woman in European society, women have less power.
Right.
And then it's like they made laws where now you're now a slave.
Well, but at this particular time in American history, women had more power because of a few things. One is, besides just the normal farming and money that was being generated by that industry, they needed citizens. So a man was actually validated by having a wife and kids at this particular point. You feel what I'm saying? So a man needed a woman for his identity, and to even be able to own property and vote, you had to have property and children.
Wow.
Right.
So that was a different time in America.
Way different.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, everything we deal with now is a condition of what happened back then.
Most definitely. I agree wholeheartedly. We're going to go to a commercial break. When we get back, more Kraig Facts. God.
Yeah.
It's like a motherfucker.
like some trees until we OD. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD. I think we OD'd. Clear the air like some trees until we OD. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD. When I buy it, you buy it, but ain't nobody selling shit. Jealous of the fetishes when ownership's the medicine. Do the things that boomerang so you can leverage it. Shit gets hairy, be a wig and get ahead of it. Miss you, say you bored, we not on one accord. Arguing and fighting, damn near mopping up the floors. That lesbian sex shit ain't free. She gon' have to pay you, cause you got to pay me. And we keeping this in order. Can't be a dime without the rest of my quarter, cause I'm never there sorta. Before me, it was a bunch of weird niggas around you hobby shop till I broke the board, I'm karate chop. And I'm really not into violence, interpretate the silence as prizes. And I'm really more into vibing, you perpetrating Simons or Hymens. I think we OD'd. Clear the air like some trees until we OD'd. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD'd. I think we OD'd. Clear the air like some trees until we OD'd. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD'd. My neighbor Dan lost some weight, but he ain't came too far. Hit that alarm 1,500 times a day trying to show you his car. And we both know he's proud of it. Go off and dance some of that clam and watch him chowdery. Cause you could be with the miss, but without a bitch. The with is the money and without is the glitch. You're paying her to leave, if she breathe, you should trip. Miami, the Grammys, New York, a trip. I'm searching for emotion, but all I know is logic. She wants to be my girlfriend, I show her like my closet. Cause we could be close and yet still remain strangers. Leave that where you from shit to them gangbangers. I'm highly advanced, the message in the dance. Some of y'all wear the skirts while those of us wear the pants. You wanna know the difference? It's really not explicit. It's when a nigga talk to his bitch, shut up and listen. I think we OD'd. Clear the air like some trees until we OD'd. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD'd. I think we OD'd. Clear the air like some trees until we OD'd. I might move a little fast and didn't plant no seeds, but I'm man enough to say that we OD'd.
Believe that. Grind it before I get it. Bring my niggas with me, ain't no limits to the ceiling. Out here touching digits. Hoes showing love, but please don't catch no feelings. Riding with that thumper while I'm thumbing through these millions. Hunting to feed my children. Lying in the jungle.
Chill with us. It's not your regular hip-hop album. It's a comedic satire inspired by the late, great Bill Withers. Rest in peace.
We own it. Selfish pride to the side as we vibe in the moment.
We own it. Selfish pride to the side as we vibe in the moment. Yeah, I got a bitch, man. Yeah, I got a bitch. We own it. Selfish pride to the side as we vibe in the moment. Yeah, I got a bitch, man. Yeah, I got a bitch. We own it. When you have a woman worth dealing with, or you got the bitch of life on your team, it's no longer I, it's we. Whatever mission I got, we own it. We get into it, and that's, for me, that's the biggest thing about life, is you want to be a part of something bigger than yourself. So, you know, if you can't say we own it with the people closest to you, then you need to revisit everything you're doing. If it ain't we, it ain't nothing. That's what the hook is about. Misplaced gloves, you lost your touch. Never been to Europe, I don't go Dutch. Pay me what you owe me, it ain't that much. Just a few more bucks and we gon' do our stuff. You gotta feel your way through life sometimes, right? And if you don't have the right fillers on, you're gonna be out of touch. You put gloves on, and that's associated when you may touch something that's too harsh, a harsh surface, or you're trying to protect your hands from something that can harm them. So I'm saying, you know, basically, like, a lot of people ain't got the right gloves on, they lost their touch. I'm not breaking bread with nobody or going half with nobody that ain't willing to put the same type of work in I'm putting in. It's like, look, I don't mind breaking bread with you. You know, you don't even got to pay the cost I'm paying, but you got to pay something. You got to be patient and diligent. Whatever you got to do to come up with the necessary bread or the necessary creations to show me you got the ambition to fuck with me, you got to do that. It ain't going to be that hard. You just got to believe in yourself. Misplaced hugs, but we can't fuck. Never knew a bomb bitch that can't blow up. Just because I embrace you don't mean that I think you got the right mind behind the embrace. So I'll embrace you out of love, out of humanity. But if I'm not fucking with your mind, I'm not fucking with you. If you don't think you the shit, how you gonna blow up and get to that level that it would take to really have that belief in self? If you a bad motherfucker, you a bad bitch, or just a bad person in a good way in general, you gotta think that in your mind first before you can blow up and become what you wanna be. Say what you know, she's with us. Greyhound lunch break, meet on the bus. It don't matter what you know. If somebody has that mentality, he or she gonna tell you who they with. Greyhound lunch break is a metaphor. So if you're doing something productive, I'm gonna meet you while you doing it. And a lot of times in the world of like pimps or playing, it's like you meet a bitch busting at her. I'm gonna meet you while I'm out doing what I'm doing. Meet on the bus and talk about a new car. Shit we could have had but couldn't grab cause it was too far. Never knew your dad, so when you laugh, I still school you. Umar. Everybody on the bus want a car. Everybody you meet on the bus, if you busting and articulating whatever it is you're trying to sell in life or whatever advantages you want, they want something else too besides what y'all talking about. No matter who you busting, whether you on a bus or you busting at somebody, they want something and you want something. So what's that vehicle that you want that's gonna get you there? Never knew your dad, so when you laugh, I still school you. Umar. A lot of times if you don't know your pops, or people who didn't know their pops could be gullible. I'm not saying everybody is, but you could be perceived as gullible. So even if you are gullible and don't understand where I'm coming from, I'm still going to school you. Umar. Umar is an activist. Umar Johnson, real dope dude. I don't know him, but I like what he stands for. But he was raising money for a school. And there was a controversy. Hey, you raised all this money and you still ain't open the school. So I use that as a metaphor. Like, even if you gullible, I'm still going to school you. Umar. I did the math. Nigga, figure out who you are. I'm on a bitch's mind. I'm on a different time. Check your watch for a breakfast spot. I'm early with the grind. I'm asking you, I did the math on me. Now, who are you? You got something to say about how my shit is adding up, but at least I know who I am. Who are you? Most people can't tell you who they are. They can only tell you what other people think about them. If it ain't got a mouth, it can't talk me off this fly shit. I'm getting on this plane and this dame will be my bitch. So I'm like, hey, man, you can't talk me out of being me. Only I can. The life I'm trying to create, I'm a bee fly. I'm hopping on that plane. You can't stop this. And the bitch of life, that's going to be my bitch. She going to belong to me. It's basically teaching you that you got to own the moment, whatever it is. And whatever mission you're on in life, you got to hop to it and make her yours. In a room full of suckers, ain't nobody here to vibe with. I'm a dog-ass nigga, and this world is my hydrant. I'm saying, man, look, it don't matter what everybody else is on. And I'm a dog-ass nigga, meaning, you know, a dog is a down and dirty but loyal creature. A dog will eat off the floor. A dog will bite you. Dog is going to do whatever is necessary to survive, and that definitely is me. And the world being my hydrants, like dogs are known for peeing on fire hydrants. So I'm saying I'm going to mark my territory. Get used to it. When a hoe's wrong, don't hug her, because she going to think you soft. Youngest of 9 gay brothers. If a woman is wrong or something is wrong in life, you don't hug her. You don't make her think that that's okay. In order to think different, you got to do different. You could correct her in love, but you can't make her think that that's the right way. You got to implement corrective shit to be able to get the right scenario from life. So if you allow a woman to be wrong and don't correct her, she gonna think you soft. The softest you could be is being the youngest of 9 gay brothers. That means you got all these soft niggas that taught you softness, and you at the bottom of the totem pole of soft shit. So that's an extreme metaphor by saying, hey, man, you might be too far removed from reality to really have an opinion on what I'm talking about. You the youngest of 9 gay brothers. Like, all you know is soft. No disrespect to that community, just a metaphor. Always asking me my age like Beyonce's mother because I'm seasoned. That's a testament to Jay-Z, right? Him and Beyonce are, I think, 10 years apart or a little bit more than that. And so whenever you're in a relationship as a man and you're with a woman that's younger than you who may not be as advanced as you mentally, maybe the people around her are always going to have questions like, why are you fucking with this older nigga? Why aren't you fucking with somebody your age? And when you have something to offer that's bigger than you, it don't matter how old you are. people may question it and think, you know, you too old to rap or whatever, or you too old to be doing this, or you too young to be doing this. But as long as what you are doing is grounded in something bigger than you, your age don't matter. Because it ain't no rules to dopeness. Ain't no limits to dopeness. If something is fly at 21, it's going to be fly at 40. You know what I'm saying? And that's my mentality about it. Sprinkle me on a bitch's mind and start cooking up reason. Get gold. Ask your father for a number, got a zip code. You know, I'm a reasonable man. So if I sprinkle a little bit of me on a woman or the bitch of life, it's going to be gold. It's going to be some gold coming out. I'm an alchemist. I'm a living, walking, breathing alchemist. Start selling pussy. Why the fuck do you strip for? Die on the battlefield or yield to a lip blow. Don't half step. You know, if you're going to strip, you might as well be selling pussy. You let motherfuckers touch on your ass, your titties, you rubbing on their Johnsons. Why are you half stepping? If you're going to do something, go all the way. If you're half-stepping, somebody is going to punish you for it. So you might as well be ready to die, like Biggie say, about whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. On the bitch's head, I think she fucking with that crystal. Every step towards that meth like Wu-Tang instrumentals. When you own it and you on top of shit, you're going to notice subtle nuances where maybe something ain't right. If a bitch on crystal, that ain't right. But it's variations of crystal in life. Disloyalty, dishonor, being a liar, a cheater. So if you're close enough to a bitch that you're programming, you're going to notice that. And you got to deal with that accordingly. We're going to find a way like Dr. Dre on the tempo. Swing to the cherry, stop and watch a trick's rent blow. We own it. Dr. Dre, man, one of the, if not the greatest, one of the greatest ever in hip-hop history. At production. You know, everybody that knows who Dre is, I never met him, but you know, a struggle dude been through a lot, but he still found his way back to that studio to make himself a legend, and that's my mind frame as well. Basically, like if you keep finding your way to that studio or whatever your version of the studio is, and you keep creating, you're gonna reap the benefits, and somebody gonna trick on you. Somebody's gonna spend on whatever it is you got to sell. We own it. Lyrics by the Kraig Smith, produced by Parker. Oh, you something get it from God. God. Chill with us. It's not your regular hip-hop album. It's a comedic satire inspired by the late, great Bill Withers. Rest in peace.
If your girl don't hate you, then her friends won't date you.
If your girl don't hate you, then her friends won't date you. Man up and keep it moving along. If your girl don't hate you, then her friends won't date you. These are just the rules, created for the fools. How to do a robbery and get away with jewels. First you map the plan out, meet her at her man's house. Must have wore some track shoes. Sprint her how she ran out. When you're dealing with the bitch of life, because life is gonna be a bitch for any nigga trying to do it his way, you gotta set an example. So every bitch of life that you deal with when you're trying to get it your way may not be the bitch that's gonna take you to the promised land. But you gotta do what you do and set the example because other bitches are watching. And when they see how you deal with this particular bitch, it may give another bitch that life could be the zeal to come fuck with you because they see how you pressed on another situation. So you got to do what you do regardless because there's other bitches watching, and it may not necessarily be the bitch that you with that's going to get you there, but it's going to be another bitch that want that discipline and that instruction from you, and she going to really be paying attention close to how you deal with the one you have now. From my girl to your girl to our girl. She hates rules and hates dudes she can't choose. I Earl, let me prepare you, you square you. You in at the dare you. A 2-hour room for the pair you. Yeah, you. Be close but hands off like an heirloom. Yeah, you. She fucking with everybody. Life is fucking with you. She fucking with me. She's not your girl. She's our girl. So a lot of times, if your mind ain't right, you'll let a woman choose you, which is good, like in the world of pimping. But this isn't necessarily about pimping. This is more about being in control of your destiny. So if you let her choose you, you may not like the choice she makes. So you got to be in the driver's seat. You want to be close, but not too close. Heirlooms are very valuable things that, people get close to, but you can't touch them. You want to do all the touching. You want to be in control of all the interaction. Don't know that she's about to chair you, because there's another man in the space that she stares to. Yeah, you. If you're not in the driver's seat, when your woman is spaced out, which is the bitch of life, and she's not paying attention, she's thinking about another nigga. So if you're not putting your program in place and you're not in control, believe me, a bitch's mind is going to wander and go where is some direction being offered. If you want to get what you want out of life, you got to have a plan, you got to have a direction you want to go, and she'll fall in line. If not, she going to leave you and fuck with anybody. All right, so that's if your girl don't hate you, then her friends won't date you. Patrick Cloud is on the second verse. Much love and respect to Pat. If I owe you something, get it from God. God, God, God. Walking real spry since you put her through the fry. Now she fucking old boy and she don't even say goodbye. Missing old girl and she wants to know the why. But open means open and emotions are a lie. Even if I had a heart, she would serve it with some pie. On a casual encounter with a bouncer over fries. When he give it to you, we gon' finally say goodbye. Cause all I do is eat, drink, fuck, and then say goodnight. I really don't fuck with you. Did you just cough, bitch? Cause you just something to do. You're damn right I'd be a fool for food. But I really don't fool with you. I thought you knew. I really don't fuck with you. Did you just cough, bitch? Cause you just something to do. You're damn right I'd be a fool for food. But I really don't fool with you. I thought you knew. The trouble with y'all is y'all ain't trouble at all. Do what you wanna do, nigga, including dropping the ball. Plan for what's in store, homie, you are not at the mall. You're not a customer no more, but a product of all. Your brother said what? Baby, don't play. We both know Lil Jeffrey gay. You do what I tell you to do, and he do what a nigga say. Plus, I'm the one fucking you. When you feed me bullshit, I gotta stomach you and shit out direction. Like that time you kept your bat by the door for safety. Then I said, if you don't take this and keep it next to your bed, nigga gon' break in the house and take this shit and hit you in the head. I really don't fuck with you. Did you just cough, bitch? Cause you just something to do. You're damn right I'd be a fool for food. But I really don't fool with you. I thought you knew. I really don't fuck with you. Did you just cough, bitch? Cause you just something to do.
I told her to turn off everything, man. She want to talk.
You just say that every time I do try to holler at you, just press that button.
You know what?
Something went wrong.
Just try again.
That's funny.
They gotta say
We waiting, right?
All of them shits is hits.
Let me know when we back.
We
back? Oh man. What's going on, Otto? What kind of nose you got on, man? You had my nose on last week.
This is just work. This might be the
particular 2000.
no.
Oh shit! Okay. All right. Yes. Got the doodle on the inside.
Okay, Knight Rider.
That's the new one, right?
No, so this face goes to a character called Mr. Otto that I've been working on for quite some time. So
Character? How many characters you got?
right now about 8.
You got 8 characters?
Like 8, like solid, like 8. But I can. It's infinite.
What's this character about? Who is he?
Mr. Otto is.
He coaches male gymnasts.
No, I mean I don't really want to get too deep with Mr. Otto because Mr. Otto is.
Yeah, that was wild. Pause itself. Yeah, that's great. Freak, that boy, freak.
But it's just keep checking for Mr. Otto's moment. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh.
Mr. Otto's moment.
What is what's the difference between you and Mr. Otto? What's the difference?
I'm not in. Well, the difference of the character of myself and any other character that I play is that there's different emotions, different anchors for that character. So that's what makes them different.
So what's Mr. Otto anchored in?
Yeah, thank you.
We want to see Mr. Otto. Man.
Mr. Otto he's an educator. He's an educator, pretty much. He's a teacher. He's an educator, but at the same time, he's children's imaginary friend. But only person that can see them are the people who the imaginary person. Like if you're with Mr. Otto, you can't see that he's having a conversation with a child.
So he like the zoo on Flintstone.
But why is he talking to kids, Otto? Why is Mr. Otto talking to kids?
Mr. Otto,
that ain't his, Otto.
Mr. Otto is like Mr. Rogers mixed with Pee Wee Herman and DJ Lance Rock.
Whoa. I think you did.
I'm talking the characters, not the persons.
I'm no expert, but I think you need to run this by your therapist. Let's see what they say.
Does Mr. Otto have a topic?
No. Otto Boss has a topic.
Yes.
And,
okay.
So,
Mr. Otto's wouldn't be appropriate.
Some educator he is. Oh, no, he doesn't know shit.
Look at this.
but you'll see. So anyway, the treadmill, right? You guys all ride treadmills. We all go to the gym, get our exercise on. The treadmill was, or changed the name, treadwheel was an invention that was created in 1818 by William Cubitt, right? So the treadmill initially was a torturing device. So if you committed a crime, if you were fucking up, you would go get on a treadmill and exercise or bust your ass for a certain amount of time. The whole thought process was that.
But think about that.
Busting ass.
Damn, this got extreme.
Once you're too tired, I'm busting your ass. But right now, the fight would be too much of a fight. But get exhausted, nigga. Get exhausted.
And it's on and popping.
Exhaust yourself, nigga. Have at that bike. Get up your ass on that bike. Because you know what's going to happen when you get tired.
Jumping on the treadmill with you.
How long you think you can last, nigga?
That's torture.
That's
torture.
So it was an English torture device, but actually it didn't really, wasn't as effective as they initially had designed it, but it worked in their favor because it was just pretty much free government labor. So
What labor?
a treadmill.
Like a hamster wheel? Like,
You didn't say they did gardening. You said they jumped on a treadmill and went like that.
Imagine when a nigga
again,
losing that battle, he getting tired, he can't go no more. Imagine how terrified he is to just slide off the treadmill. Like I can't hold on to it no more.
the treadmill.
Slide all over to the ground. He ain't got the strength to hold his pants up. They trying to rip his shit off. This nigga exhausted.
He's almost exhausted. Yeah. He's almost exhausted.
Get your ass back up there and run.
I don't care how you fly off this motherfucker. Once you off it, you off it.
So Blaze, Blaze.
That'd be the first time a nigga run to death.
Yeah. Well, you finna be some dead ass. That's what you saying. You fuck me, I'm gonna be dead, nigga. It's gonna be some dead ass, sir.
So the problem is,
It don't matter to me.
I'm dead ass.
The problem is
Coming out the chair when you
you
go
gonna
off the
get?
treadmill.
The problem is Blaze is projecting the wrong visual. You know you are a time traveler, so you can travel back in time. Don't visualize the current treadmill that you see today. The treadwheel was the device that at a mill yard. You know what a mill yard is?
Yeah, so it has splinters in it.
Yeah, so it's a big ass wheel.
What the fuck did you just say?
It has splinters.
Oh, I thought you said
So it's a big ass wheel, and motherfuckers had to run on the shit like a hamster would. And so it started for English torture, but then they flipped the shit. And when they were transporting slaves here, and they taught black people that same thing. So we've been treadmilling for since the beginning as slaves, and we running shit right now today. Life for exercise.
Otto. What the fuck did you just say?
That nigga concluded. Ain't it a trap?
So I ate the hamburger, plus it was hot dogs. Now my grandmother made the Kool-Aid. That's the tastiest shit you ever want to eat. So after I ate the Kool-Aid.
So just take a second. Give Blaze a second, just tap in for a second. Look up treadmill real quick. Go ahead.
I got the treadmill. It's in my mind.
What does it look like?
Hamster wheel with spikes and shit on it to hurt your feet.
No.
What
you know what a milliard is?
Would that suffice for the purpose of conversation though, or no?
What do you mean?
Like, my thought and what it really is. Or just tell me what it is.
Yeah. Oh, so a milliard, like, okay, you ever seen a windmill?
Yes.
Those windmills?
Tony Wilkins.
Oh, come on. You guys all seen Fantasia, right?
The singer?
Disney.
Is that how she feed herself?
Anyway, man, motherfucking windmill. We don't have these windmills in motherfucking LA, so that's not common for us to see. But they're towers that have a big ass fan on it that spins, but it's not really wind spinning. It's a motherfucking wheel on the inside that's churning. That's churning either by water, if it's built on like near a little stream or creek or a river, water would turn it, or manual labor. And the manual labor were the it wasn't Mexicans, it was English. Started with English first.
Said manual labor.
Yeah, but it started
Manual labor.
Yeah.
That's a long ass explanation. Get to it a little faster.
I was, but y'all was again stuck on treadmills, 24-hour fitness.
That's some torture shit though, like a treadmill, you plug that motherfucker in, turn that shit up to 30.
I can show you a visual if I can show you.
You gotta run till, and then you fall
like
off.
A alligators down there or something like that.
How long you think you could last?
Shit, on 30, it's gonna be bad for me quick. I think we already know that. We seen that in the middle of the street.
I'm gonna say, I ain't going through none of that shit. I'm gonna say the most derogatory shit I can say to a motherfucker when they got me. Like, yeah, we're gonna have you windmill. Man, fuck you. Your wife, I'll fuck that bitch right now. I'll slap your daughter.
You make him kill you right there.
Make him kill me
Yeah,
right
all
there.
that sounds great. But
Motherfucker
get your ass on that
embarrass you to
treadmill.
death, that's cold.
Man. Hey, yeah, embarrass you. I was trying to shame him. I'm shaming the king.
So,
I would be
Kill this nigga now.
This is what the wheel looks like. The shit like you saw.
That's what I said.
Johnny Depp was on one in the in one of the Pirates of the Caribbean
I
movies.
said that. You told me no.
The Wonder Wheel.
It's like a hamster.
But not inside, on top though.
Yeah, but on top, inside.
It's a difference.
Circular motion.
Right.
Yeah.
And pain on your feet.
Yes.
Yeah, didn't have shoes, right? That's the treadmill.
Back shit.
The first treadmill, treadwheel.
It was spikes and shit on there, right?
I mean, it's wood.
Oh, so not extra, just regular.
It's wood,
splinter.
and you barefoot.
But I'm saying they didn't do nothing extra to try.
No.
Just wood.
Just
Okay. Yeah. So that was kind of weak.
Yeah. Shout out to the treadmill.
That's terrible torture. They wasn't thinking good enough.
Man.
But it was just free government. So government was free, pretty much free labor for the government.
So the windmills were actually working towards something. Were they actually really? Okay.
It's a milliard. Like, the mill, they take grains and they mill it. All right.
Yeah, we're gonna change it. Man.
Yeah.
You got another topic for us, Blaze? Well, Mimi is in the house. Hold on, Mimi.
Yeah. Shout out to Mimi.
Mimi
in the house.
What's going
Mimi,
down, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good. What's going on with Poppy? You done sold it?
Man, hey, look, not yet, but they own me. They loving Poppies. Poppies is popping. Yeah, it's going down. I've been traveling with Poppies. Judge Joe Brown say it's the best bourbon out there, y'all. There's a lot of people loving that Poppies. He's the judge, okay? He put his stamp on it, okay?
If he put his stamp on it, that means it's gonna go.
That's right.
Shout out to Joe Brown. So you met Joe. Who else you been hooking up with?
Mike Epps, ran into Ice-T, Coco, Mike Tyson. I did his charity event the other day. It was bomb. That was real nice.
Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson, yeah. He had an event, and Poppy's was one of the sponsored beverages, and I got a picture with me and Mike and a little bitty Poppy.
So did you tell him just because he
tell him about Blaze?
I didn't get a chance to because he was actually, you know how it is. Everybody trying to talk to you, but I said I got to get my Poppies because Poppies is part of the sponsor. But I needed to tell him though because I had a real challenge that he needs to hear about.
That's real shit.
I mean,
and
man.
Telling him supporting Poppies and all that is cool, but I ain't shaving nothing off this ass whooping.
You hear that, Mike?
Y'all can laugh about that. I whip Mike, man. I mean,
Tell him, B.
Don't tell him, Blaze. Don't tell him, man. You know what I'm saying?
no.
Yeah, tell Mike. Mike's watching. What would you say to Mike right now? He watching.
Listen, man. Mike know what time it is already, man. Ever since we started talking about this, he wearing 2 watches. You know what I'm saying? So he know what he know. You know what it is, man. You know what time it is, Mike, man. We appreciate the support of Poppies and whatnot.
Yeah,
Clip you, boy.
That's right. And just in case y'all not understanding, he's talking to Mike Tyson. All right, he's not talking to
Mike
Tyson. What would you do if Luke Gossett tried to holler at you?
Oh
Junior.
boy, I'm not interested. But I would. But I would be kind. How you doing? And what? Yeah, but I'm not hollering. You know. Yeah, I'm good. All my time is valuable.
Hold on.
And so,
Why you think of Luke?
I don't know.
He said, hey, maybe I've been meaning to holler at you. Had some of that Poppies over there.
Did you talk?
Damn, boy, that baby's too spot. You know what I'm saying?
Did you break up old times with Mike?
no, none of that.
You check this out, honey.
When I saw him, because you got to keep in mind, Poppies was hosting the event. So when I got there really before most of the guests because you got to give them the liquor, have them set up. So Poppies was actually one of the sponsored liquors that was there. So it was very exciting. But when I finally talked to Mike, he was one of the people who was on the high alert for that day. It's his charitable event, so everybody's in his face. I almost didn't even want to say anything to him because it's like I know how that is. Everybody trying to talk to you. I know, but it is. But then it's overwhelming because everyone's doing it. After a while, you're like, damn. Can you stop talking to me? Nah, but I mean, he literally, when he came to make his speech, when they asked him to come up, he literally put his head down and shook it, almost like, I'm tired of talking, I'm tired of... I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Like, he did speak, but you could tell he was overwhelmed by how much he was asked to do things, I think.
Do you think that he possibly has heard about Blaze, and some of this is what has him a little down? And
maybe that's why his head was down. You know, I don't know. I can't really read his mind, but it may be something like that. Yeah, he might have been like, oh, that's that girl.
He might have thought I was with him.
When y'all finally meet, if he knock your glasses off, you gotta keep your glasses on the whole fight.
He's gonna have a better chance trying to feed one of Farrakhan's kids a pork chop sandwich than to slap these glasses off.
Gentlemen, we are out here with Blaze. Okay, Blaze ain't scared of Mike Tyson.
Mimi, you said you took a picture with Mike, right?
Yeah.
So you seen him up close and personal.
Absolutely.
You sitting right next to Blaze right now. You know what I mean? Just to size up who you got. Who gonna do it?
You know what? Why you trying to put me on the spot? You know what I mean? Shoot, I tell you like this. It's gonna be a hell of a match. You feel me? Because Mike gonna come in.
So.
I'm trying to make it sound good, but I don't. He think you're gonna get knocked out. He said you gonna get knocked out.
Dude said Mike will knock Blaze back into the future.
You know what?
Look at Kraig's eyes right now. Okay, we're not believing anything this man says.
I ain't seen your eyes in 6 months.
Thank you.
That nigga said, look at somebody else.
Wow.
And they got 2 patches behind the glass.
Wow. Mike, if you're watching, that is Blaze. You know what I'm saying? And he is not afraid. And he say he got an ass whooping waiting for you.
You know what, Mike? I appreciate you letting Poppies be a part of your event. I respect you. This is my bro, though, but I do respect you, Mike. Thanks again.
And we appreciate the support, Mikey. So if you want to do this, if you want to make this listen, Mikey, we can do it for charity. We can do it for the cause, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you're gonna get this work, man.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, Blaze. You know what I'm saying?
You won't call him a punk?
Shout out to himself.
Shout out to himself, man. You know what I'm saying?
You won't call him a punk?
Listen, we are in Blaze. We'll be in Blaze's corner. Just don't hit any of us. Blaze says you don't want this work, Mike Tyson.
Man.
Yeah, Blaze, I'm just a manager.
He said Mikey.
Yeah, Mike.
I don't think he a punk. I just think he don't know no better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
All bullies run into that wall, and then they just like, somebody whoop their ass, and that, you know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
I'm just saying I'm that wall.
Sounds good to me.
He might be your wall.
No, so Blaze is saying that it's not about name calling. It's not about any of that stuff.
Right.
He will see you in the ring, Mike Tyson. All right.
Yeah.
If you take your glasses off, you won't see nobody.
That's right. So just be right. Please don't hit me, Mike Tyson. Blaze is ready.
You get your brother love on over here.
Yeah, you
Tell him bring some weed. Tell Mike.
What's the next move for Poppy?
Oh my goodness. Poppy's got a lot of great things going on. It's going to be product placement in the new series, The All-American. I did the rap party for them, but now they're going to put it as a product placement in the series. I got a lot of people interested in getting it in different states. Vegas, I got a conversation about New Jersey, Miami. It's in a lot of stores and restaurants out here in LA. And it's doing very, very good. I'm very excited about it. I mean, it's only been like 5 months, and I've had just the greatest ride. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like my dad and my grandfather in heaven, like, yeah, we popping, Poppies is popping, and we about to roll this thing out. They moving it around from heaven. So, you know, some things is out of your reach. I don't even want to take no credit for it because it's beyond what I could even see or think of because it has a life to it that's be above me. You know what I'm saying?
With all the success that that's having and whatnot, maybe you should start thinking about some packaging or something. You know what I mean? Like, you know, add to it, and I don't.
Oh, I am. You know, it's so funny you say that. You know, Blaze, you're a very smart man. Actually, I'm doing little like coolers and stuff that you could buy in the store, pre-mixed drinks, several divisions, different names, different stuff, mixed poppies. You know, A Poppy, Poppy Chulo. You know, different names for them. And then also the shots. I've been doing the shots anyway, but now they're going to be in all the stores as well. So, yeah, so it's popping.
I think it should come in a brand new bag.
Oh, that'll be nice, huh? Brand new bag. We got a brand new bag. Hey, you know what? For the daddy that don't want to be a poppy, it could be a poppy and a condom. I don't want to be the poppy, but I want to be your daddy.
I'm the poppy.
It's poppy when you drink it straight. Yeah, when you make a cocktail out of it, it's pappy.
Yeah, that's dope, man.
You know.
Always
Much
expanding.
success to you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's really a blessing. God is so good, seriously. And like I said, it's beyond even what I could even dream of. You know what I'm saying? Just the type of calls that I'm getting. Like, I'm having the point where I'm having to take a choice. Like, well, if I do want to let you invest, who am I going to do this with? I'm not like excited. It's just so many opportunities, and it's unbelievable. I haven't even really put all my efforts that I could because of people I know and how I grew up. You know, because some people, you don't have their numbers, so you run into them and blah, blah, blah. Just word of mouth, people hearing about it, loving what it stands for, because it's a lineage. It's like, and it's jobs for everybody. If I get in Chicago, that means I need workers in Chicago. That means I need account executives in Chicago. That means that I'm moving the needle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Across the country. And so that's what makes me excited about it. I can change other people's households. When you talk about stuff like that, that's a great blessing. So I'm very excited.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all go buy it. Where can they buy it at?
Okay, so they can go to, if they want to buy it online, they can go to poppysbourbon.com, and then it would lead them to Emilio's. It's sold at Emilio's in Bellflower, so they would send it out to them. Or Emilio's, yes. Or you can be, if you're in LA, you can go to T&D's on Slauson, Oak Liquor Store in Sherman Oaks. No, that's in Sun Valley. Craft Liquor in Sherman Oaks. Yeah, but go to the website, because I don't want to break down this whole thing, but but it's popping. The District, Townhouse, Pips on La Brea. Go check me out. Poppy's Bourbon. It mixes well. It's the bourbon without the burn. You know what I'm saying? And if you're really looking to have some fun, you better get you some Poppy. Yeah, Poppy's is popping, baby.
Hey, what y'all think about this?
Don't you know them, Blaze?
Damn. When I come outside,
They didn't see it.
Those are the 3 girls you learn to do hair in school with.
Yeah.
Your cosmetology buddies.
That's the type of shit to get your baby daddy.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Come outside, ho.
Get
Why
off
can women
line,
talk
man.
about abusing each other, but men can't? Talk about abusing women.
You want to explain?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's frowned upon.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's frowned upon.
What's frowned upon?
Celebrating beating up women. Yeah.
No, I'm just saying abuse, the harassment. I'm not even talking about the fighting aspect. You know what I'm saying? The fact that they're telling, come outside, ho.
Come on, get off live, ho.
Hey, get off live, ho. Why are women so cruel to each other, Mimi? Why? I don't understand why women can't get along.
well, the Bible says jealousy is crueler than the grave. And so that when someone is jealous, and then sometimes people, that's their common denominator, the evil and the jealousy. Oh, I don't like her either. Oh, I don't like her either, and so they all come together with an evil behavior, which is a bonding moment for these people too.
Right.
Right? So they had the greatest time sharing that. Right. They was breaking it down. They probably had the highest energy level. They were in sync. It was fun to them. And the point that I'm making is that I think when people are jealous, envy, any of that type stuff, and I mean, because I don't know what this person's done, but a lot of time, like I said, it's not that serious. So you guys are rolling with another angle to it. Because why did it take all you guys come over cheer in a negative voice when we as sisters and brothers, we got to come together and stick together? Because really, if we're fighting each other and then everybody's fighting us, what do we have? Nothing.
Why does female rap music have so much self-hate in it? To me, I feel like a lot of the female hip-hop is popular is, I don't know, man, it just seems like women hate themselves musically. Like, I very rarely hear a positive rapper that's a female.
Part of it is the industry. Because if we're talking about mainstream, then we know that that's not who we wanted. That's who the industry pushed out. In the industry, who are they pushed out, whether it be male or female, they're going to push degeneracy. Ever since local radio stopped having control of what the sound was back in '96, we getting what Sony want us to know. We getting what BMG want us to know. We ain't really getting what we want to hear. These artists that be #1 on the charts, we having these empty concerts. Meanwhile, the something people really listening to, we don't know who they are. They going everywhere around the country selling out. You know what I mean? Where was y'all this past weekend? At that show, that Griselda show that happened. You know what I mean? No, that was dope. That's what they put down on the radio.
Right.
You know what I mean? So anytime it's a radio, you know it's gonna be nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree with that, bro. I was going to say the same thing. I feel like they're not going to put nothing positive out. Anything with a message, you're not going to hear, whether it's male or female.
When last time you heard
But
a UNITY, you gotta let them know I'm not a bitch or a hoe. Here we go.
You know, but that's the thing. Rhapsody just did that whole album dedicated to all the black women. You know what I mean? To like Maya Angelou, to all that. But you didn't hear nothing about that because she ain't in a bikini. She ain't twerking it. You know what I'm saying? She ain't like a lot of these other female rappers. She's not the stigma. You feel what I'm saying? If we can't look at you, we don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
Sex sells. That's it.
That's it.
No, it doesn't.
Sex does sell.
What we're saying is like
Titties don't sell. Don't what I'm talking about.
You know, it sells. But I'm saying in music, it gets to a point where that's something that's number one. Those people, when's the last time you seen Lil Nas X tour? I mean, they tell us he's selling all these albums. So do we really know? Ain't nobody showing to his concert.
Why are we referencing Lil Nas X? That's a sex sell.
Wow.
Because they pushed it.
Yeah, he's selling it. He's selling that. That's what he's pushing. Exactly. That's what he's
Look at the
pushing.
homosexuals do it.
And like they try to tell us that that's the popular thing. But they try to tell us that's what everybody wants to hear. And that's what everybody want to see.
I was talking about the girls.
But even with the girls, okay, Megan Thee Stallion, is she selling out the Great Western Forum?
She's selling what?
Is Megan Thee Stallion selling out these arenas?
No more.
No, that's what I'm
She's
saying.
selling more than Rhapsody.
She's selling Popeye box lunch
I'm
boxes.
saying relative to the amount of
Sauce?
Relatively, if you're on TV every day, mainstream TV, and you can't sell out a basketball stadium, then is it really that popular?
It is
They're
because
pushing something.
they're pushing it.
People we never heard of are selling out the Forum.
But why would they push it though? Because they selling sex.
No, because they want the gender. They want you to. They want the perception. They want you to believe that's what it is. Doesn't mean people are buying it. They're pushing it. It doesn't mean people are.
Because
some people are buying it, but it relative to what they tell us it is, it ain't.
But that's the other thing. Like, do you think men are buying Meg Thee Stallion and all that?
Nah.
And the women support each other to buy that shit?
Teens are.
Just as this is question.
Teen boys are.
Teen boys are
Like-
buying Meg Thee Stallion?
Boy, they listen to no Meg Thee Stallion.
I'm saying, I mean, I like, bro, the same way we was off the Brat and shit, like, but these bitches are, they're all,
The rap was selling sex. The Brat was.
but she was fine though.
I was off the
No,
Brat.
she was fine.
She was fine, but her music.
She was fine,
her
though.
music was just as good though.
No, her music ain't as beautiful as she
Yeah,
is.
she was fine. I was off the Brat.
When the Brat came out, the Brat looked like a dude.
Yeah, she
No
did.
matter.
She's a Bush Butte.
Fuck the
The
fight.
hell?
She was dressed
That's
like
beautiful.
a dude. It was about, but the music was good though.
How do you see this?
What you mean? Because she's a girl. She got long hair. I know that's a female, and shit.
That's different than dressing naked.
I didn't even know that was a girl.
That's different than dressing naked.
Dressing
How do
naked.
you dress naked?
Have just enough on to not be naked, like Meg Thee Stallion. Just enough to pass the censors. The FCC.
Nicki Minaj, my nigga. That shit is Nicki
Nicki
Minaj.
Minaj got bars too.
Yeah, she got bars.
And she's
Yeah,
selling
bro.
sex. What are you talking about? She's not selling bars. She's selling sex.
Oh yeah.
She is.
Her name Nicki Minaj. The hell?
But look, Missy Elliott wasn't selling sex.
She wasn't.
But she was selling a lot.
Cause she's good.
She's good.
'Cause-
So,
but I'm saying, but she wasn't sexy. But she had other sexy girls around her.
Is Missy better than Nicki Minaj?
No.
Absolutely not.
Nicki's a better producer and better songwriter, but she's
Yeah.
not a better artist.
You talking about Missy's a better songwriter?
Yeah, Missy's a better
Yeah.
songwriter and producer.
Has there ever
But she's not a better rapper though.
No, she don't have the same appeal.
She's a ha.
No.
Yo,
I'm taking Missy all day.
has there ever
Bars?
been
you
a
telling-
a female rapper that wasn't attached to a male?
Yes,
Recent, like who?
a female rapper.
That wasn't attached to a male. Like
attached
you
to a
said,
male.
Missy and Timbaland, like
Boss.
Rage and Snoop.
Medusa.
Boss.
Medusa's hard.
Who the hell is Medusa?
Boss.
She was.
Boss?
What Mel was
Boss?
she? Yeah.
Boss was pregnant, nigga, while
Boss
she was
was-
selling records.
His boss is out there rapping like.
Rhapsody ain't attached to nobody, is she?
Huh?
Rhapsody.
Yeah, she was Ninth
But-
Wonder.
Google
Ninth Wonder.
on it.
But I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. Shit. Blaze, you said that Missy is better than Nicki Minaj. Missy's
saying-
better than Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Every artist
On the
is
mic.
attached to a producer.
As a
I'm
rapper.
saying a male counterpart.
Wow,
I'm saying,
that's crazy.
Like,
There's no way.
You tell me, is it worth it? You can twerk it.
Slap down,
Put your
flip
thing
it,
down,
reverse
flip it,
it.
and reverse it.
Yeah, snap this so we can talk snap it.
It's better than what's your Nicki bar?
Is your opinion right now?
Dunking on these hoes, Lisa Leslie or some shit, or what? Or coming off the top asbestos,
how do you get top asbestos? How do you compare that to it's your feminine? Like she got the whole world saying some shit that they don't even know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I'm saying? When have you said some shit proud and comfortable, knowing you don't know what the fuck you was talking about, and said it anyway? Ain't your feminine? You don't even fake it. You know you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just don't. You just do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's actually there. She says something just reversed backwards.
I was absolutely sure that she said something. The other thing I was sure about is I don't know what the fuck it was, but I still said it. Man, you're for me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's power.
I give you that. But the bars from "Can You Stand the Rain" is fucking with.
I can't stand the rain against my window.
Have you listened to it again, bro? And the references she's making, nigga. I feel the wind. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Begin. The rain starts pouring down like Loren. Yo, nigga, that's bars.
If you don't get that shit the fuck up out of here.
Todd, listen. Again, she turned me retarded. I'm like, hee-hee-hee-haw. Like, when do a nigga volunteer to be retarded?
Y'all better go listen to that.
That's entertainment at its finest, man.
Y'all better listen to that Nicki Minaj monster verse.
I sung that shit willingly.
That's bars. That's not that fucking.
What was she saying? That's the question.
Who got the keys to my Beamer?
Yeah. Drove down the fucking street. They left her standing there.
What was she saying? What was her bars? Like what bars?
Oh man, I can't remember no bars off the top of my head.
I can't remember no bar. How can you say it's a bar?
Because I don't want to say it fucked up or be saying that shit too good. Nicki Minaj.
If it's not stuck in your mind, how good is it?
Todd, listen to this. You ready? Hee-hee-hee-hee-haw.
You remember that?
I remember that clearly.
Damn.
That was a bar,
Top
man.
down, loud sound, see my peeps.
Look
like it's about to rain. What a shame.
What a shame.
You did that at the talent
Missy,
show.
no, never. Missy's trying to
Hold on.
Ficky.
Look at the first couple bars. Beep, they got beep.
She got the first couple bars in standards going down the paper, right?
Standards.
Vroom. I'm driving to the beach. Top down. Loud sound. See my peeps. Give me them pounds. Now look who it be. It be me. Me and Timothy. Look like it's about to rain.
What a shame.
What a shame. I got armor all to shine up the stain. Oh, Missy. Try to maintain. Here. Ficky.
Say that shit again.
Ficky. I can't stand the rain.
This nigga Kraig.
I know.
This nigga Kraig just went retarded. 4 seconds. 4 seconds. He just went retarded in public on air.
Is Missy out
That's
bar?
artistry, bro.
Is Missy out bar and rage?
Missy sold more records. No.
The question was, is she out bar and rage?
She's better than rage.
Ooh, the rain hits the window. I take and some endo. Me and Timberland. Ooh, we sang a jangle. We so tight that you can get your style tangled.
Ooh.
Sway on do-si-do like you loco. Can we get kinky tonight like Coco? So.
Bars.
You don't want to play with my yo-yo.
Yo-yo.
I smoke hydro on the D-Lo. I can't stand the rain.
Against my window.
Missy had no bars.
No bars. Meanwhile, Nicki Minaj is saying shit like, yo, thinking out loud, I must have a $500,000 on me right now. And I ain't talking about the Lil Wayne record, still the highest selling female rapper for the record. Man, that's 65 million single sold. And I ain't got to compete with a single soul. I'm good with the game ball, point finger roll. Ask me how I do it, won't tell a single soul. Man, it was bars. It was bars.
What about Ficky?
Ficky.
So you got 2 pages of ain't saying shit.
Right.
Which one of them entertained us the most?
Ficky was really good.
That was entertaining, man.
Damn.
Is the words vroom written in there?
Vroom.
Vroom. Is it written? It's written.
That's artistic right there, man. Get out of here. She wrote vroom.
A genius.
That's an artist.
It's too much attention paid towards the bars because music is about the feeling in the bar. Music's all about the feeling. And then when you do stuff like that's that James Brown shit. He wasn't saying shit,
Right.
but you feel it.
You felt
That's
it.
what music is.
They didn't even let her rap on Ladies
He
Night.
didn't say something.
They didn't even let her rap on
You
Ladies
saying that
Night.
Missy
She probably
got more?
produced
Are you saying Missy got more? You just saying Missy got more bars than James Brown?
No, I'm saying Missy got more soul.
Who got more
than
bars?
Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Missy
I
or
think
James Brown?
Missy got more soul.
Definitely.
Missy is the
Nicki
full
Minaj.
hip hop version of James Brown.
Missy's a full package.
Missy the full
Missy be
package,
the
yeah.
full package. As opposed
Missy
to-
got more
if-
soul than Nicki Minaj.
if Nicki-
I'm in it for the soul, man. Damn,
If
bars.
Nicki-
Missy's not selling sex unless she got
She's
other
selling
girls
sex.
with her.
she's selling good music.
She good
And
music.
sex with other girls with her.
That's a
And she
video of her music.
does sell sex. All Missy
If
raps
you-
about is sex, though. A
With
lot of
other
the
The
girls
lyrics
with her.
are
With
sex.
other
yeah,
girls with
her
her.
lyrics are
No,
sex.
she can't.
and
She
man,
trying to
selling
sell.
sex,
one
bro.
minute,
She
man.
rapping
No,
about
Missy got to sell oral sex. 'Cause nobody want that other type of sex with her.
If she was out now, she'd
She
be
got
like
to
Lizzo.
sell. She got to be giving head voluntarily for niggas. To,
Lizzo or Missy? Lizzo, would you smash Lizzo or Missy?
Lizzo. You crazy?
crazy.
Are you crazy?
crazy? Like it was a better option.
That's not a better. Missy Elliott.
Are you crazy?
Are you
Missy Elliott.
stupid?
Missy Elliott with the finger wave. You out there?
Listen.
Who's out there?
How is
You?
any one of those choices a
That
definite
first.
answer? Ty was definite. Are you fucking nuts?
So which one you picking? Blaze, you got to pick one. No pimping out this one.
Man, I'm gonna insult somebody again or something, man. I ain't picking.
I ain't fucking no more. That's what I'm picking. I'm picking not fucking no more. I will never fuck again. It's over
That's
for
like
me.
Blaze
Fucking.
stay strong, brother.
Put my dick in my pocket. And, we're done here.
Go back
That's
on the time
fucking-
machine, trying to see if I can go back in time.
Everybody in here fuck Missy Elliott, but what the
Yeah.
problem is you won't admit it.
Right.
I know you'll fuck Missy
You
Elliott.
want to admit
Yeah,
it.
we're talking about first over Lizzo. Missy Elliott snaps. You out there?
You doing a threesome with them? That'll be the most unattractive threesome. Don't nobody on the planet want to fuck nobody in that threesome.
Hey, I'll make a hit record with that shit. That shit awesome.
Nobody wants to admit it, huh? All right. Y'all jumping out the bed. Got it.
It's their attitudes too. It ain't so much as the. You know what I'm saying? Missy too tough,
Ficky.
and Lizzo get on my goddamn nerves with all this.
But Missy comes with three other Missy comes with plus three bad bitches, all time.
Cool.
Then she fuck with bitches, but what I'm saying is,
That comes with it.
That'll be the call. I mean, you know,
Lizzo comes with the food.
yeah. Bring Coco and
Lizzo come with a flu.
Lizzo be hanging out with you.
It's not really not like that.
anyway, we
Why
have
any reason to hate on Lizzo? She don't got friends out there.
we're gonna wrap the show up. Tell them where they can find you.
Love
Snap.
Lizzo, man.
Penn Roethlisberger on IG, Snaptastic_Penn. Look out for that Dina Collective album. It's coming in a couple weeks, maybe like 2 now. You think you right on the time? Well, I write more.
Hey y'all, you can follow me at Keeping It Real with Mimi on Facebook and on Twitter and on Instagram. But you can also get that Poppy's Bourbon, poppysbourbon.com. Make sure you get yours today and see what everybody's talking about. Poppies!
Hey.
all right, man. You know what it is. Bad boy Blaze. Shout out. This nigga Otto set up, man. I don't know how to take that, man.
I did not sit up.
I did not do it. It wasn't me. Stupid. Hey, shout out to myself, man. Y'all follow me on Instagram at OOBLZ, 00BLZ. Holla backwards. Peace.
Infomercial. Hello world. I am Otto Bots. OTTOBOTS. You can find me on Instagram. It's Otto Bots, and you can find me everywhere else. Otto Bots. I love your life. You dig.
Uncle Ty Comedy, man. IG, Facebook, Twitter. I got some stuff going on out there in the world. Check my interview out with Mac Tate, Mac Tate 2. Check that out. Holy Moly tonight, gonna have my producer, the homie Mike Towns, on
Mike
there.
Towns?
You might see me or Otto on that episode. We're gonna see if our footage got picked up. So that's tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific.
Mike
Holy
who?
Moly, Mike Towns, man.
Mike who?
Mike Towns. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, man, check the album out. It's got Left Me in Pasadena on there. Today is Taco Tuesday. Get your tacos. Shout out to I'm Out There Nation. I know you out there, and if y'all want a t-shirt, man, holla at me, man.
Make sure y'all holler at it, man. All three of y'all.
Yeah, that's right.
T-shirts on deck.
Go to these t-shirts will be out hopefully tonight. I'm just working on some back end stuff on my incenseandashtrays.com, the Black Music Family History Tree. It'll be up either tonight or tomorrow on incenseandashtrays.com. Talking about the history of black music. It's Black Music Month, June. So I'm taking hip hop back to the 1600s, and I'm showing you how rock and roll, hip hop, soul music, funk, R&B, disco, how it came out the juke joints of the South. And so it's a history lesson and a dope ass design. So get yours pretty soon. Hopefully tonight, if not tomorrow, the latest. And then follow me on YouTube, Dewan B. I'm doing half off readings all week for my birthday weekend. Thank you everybody that watched my reading show. I booked my appointments up all week, and I only have like 2 slots left this week. So I have two more slots with a half off. So go to breakthroughas.org for that good stuff and follow my YouTube.
Yeah.
Kraig, can I ask Dewan something?
What up?
Dewan, are you going to check out that Elvis movie or what?
Probably not. Like I know a fair amount of Elvis' story already, so I don't really need to see a movie about him.
Okay.
You know, he was raised and he was going to a lot of black churches as a child. You know what I mean? And he was going to the juke joints. He learned from Chuck Berry. He learned from Little Richard.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
I think the director's take on it, he's going to showcase the relationship he had with B.B. King and this other blues dude. I forget his name.
It's already out.
It's out already? You seen it already? No, it's not out. It's not out yet. It's coming. Check out the trailer though.
Yeah, movie about Elvis. That's dope. Hey man, that's been this episode of Kraig Facts. See y'all Thursday. If I owe you something, get it from God. God, God, God. God, 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 God.
Yeah.
Get it.
Sir.